some things added on activities, or I don't know, man. There's just like a whole nother fucking page of actions here now. Some stuff's here and other stuff isn't.
Everything that isn't like a spell or a pure combat should be on your activities page now.
Well, under alchemical, you only got like five things. You got like,
Those are alchemical items that you have
okay,
in your inventory. You're not going to want to do that because that's where all your items are.
probably just gonna ignore this page until I need it.
That's a problem for future bio.
Yeah. Just like I already had like an like hyper bloated action tab, and now I've got something that's got like twice as much stuff on it.
Well, that's because they put all the skills and all that stuff on there too. But you can minimize all those extended windows.
Oh, I'm glad I have recall knowledge crafting on here.
Athletics and acrobatics can get minimized from me.
Yeah, on your action tab bio, you only have your innate spells, your formulas, and yeah, just that, and then like weapons.
Oh yeah. Just your alchemical formulas, all like 87 of them.
Well, that depends on what mode you're in.
Hey, Mystic, if you go like skill activities, instead of selecting each individual skill, you can just collapse all or expand all.
Yep.
Might be easy.
Down in the lower left corner, it has expand all and collapse all. I would do collapse all, then open the ones that you might need. All right. If everyone could go ahead and roll me a d20, we will get started.
Getting it out of the way.
Oh fuck, I changed my dice last time.
Did you?
You sure you didn't change Bernie's or one of your other forms?
Maybe you're on Gala Animal.
Animal.
There you go.
Holy shit, it's not bright pink.
You're not supposed to remind him.
All right. Tonight is episode or session 63. We are doing high to low tonight. Since we did low to high last time. And our current tribute is going to be Valis tonight.
Okay, fixed it.
All right, Valis, go ahead and roll me a 1d19. Alrighty. Valis, you have 1 minute to tell me what was the first reward from Duke Melzev.
The voucher things.
Yes, you are correct. And Valis is on the scoreboard. Excellent. All right, Raz, roll me a 1d18.
Now have contributed more than Galvin has.
Not true. Close, but not true.
What I'm actually getting stuff done here for.
Oh, yeah. All right, Razavir. Roll me a d4.
Fuck, that wasn't part of the deal.
This is one of the old questions.
How much wood could a woodchuck chop?
Yes.
All right, Razavir. Come on, phone. Okay, there we go. Razavir, you have 1 minute to tell me Galgrim's last name.
Let's see.
Write that down. Write that down.
I believe it was Grimzak.
That is incorrect.
You bastard.
You mean
That's what I had.
Yeah.
Galgrim or his real name?
I said Galgrim.
Mm-hmm.
It's an old question, so it's probably not his real name.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
You asked for
Trick
his last
question.
name.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. I gave you his last name.
I actually don't know if they know my Galgrim's last name. Like, the
I'll give
Galgrim
it-
identity's last name.
I don't
The-
give a fuck
oh.
about the alias's last name. He asked for Galgrim's last name.
The
And
only way I
Galgrim's
know
not
that
his real
is
name.
He's
That is
watching
his
the
real
video.
last name.
I think he tried to tell it to the Duke too, to run with the fake name.
Oh yeah, the only person I've told my real
Initially.
name is the Dwarf King.
The king.
And Barney, I'm sure. You can find
That
everything.
is. I will let that one go. I will give you that one. It is correct. It's not quite what I asked for.
What's his last
Do we
name?
get bonus points if we
Last
can
name.
name
That's
the
not his
actual?
last name.
No. All right,
Oh,
Kruger.
music actually-
Roll me a 1d17. All right, Kruger. You got 1 minute to tell me what was the name about the Mel sword.
Halig.
That is correct. Is it still in the party loot?
Yep.
Oh well.
This is like
Yes, that's fine.
Killig stripped.
Oh well.
Gutted.
Just like the town map. If it's somewhere there, then you can use it.
We don't have town maps.
Yeah, you do. Raz
Maps
just
don't exist in this world.
yeah okay. Galgrim, roll me a 1d16. Mr. Galgrim, you have 1 minute to tell me the name of the goblin that Kruger killed on the airship.
Boblin.
That is incorrect.
Classic.
Hey, at least I remember the naming convention for the.
At least you got one of the names, yes.
Yeah. You're in the right.
Zakara, roll me a 1d15.
I also wasn't there for the session when he killed one, so.
True. It was before we did the jump off the airship into the city.
I know I missed the session between the wyverns and getting to the city. When we got those and we got the cat crew and all that, I wasn't there for that session.
All right, Zakara, roll me a d6. All right, Zakara. You have 1 minute to tell me what archetype does Kruger have.
Champion.
That is correct.
Good job.
And Mr. Glizzik, 1d14, please. All right, Glizzik. I don't know. You might know this one. You might not. But you have 1 minute to name at least 3 of the airship's catfolk crew members.
I'm not gonna know the actual names. We made up fun names for them.
Those are the only names that... Nope.
Catastrophe.
They were
that.
named one time, I believe, by you, and those are the names that I have.
Not by me. Those were done. Catapult, Catastrophe, and I'm trying to think the other one was Cataphract, I think was up there that I joked about. We were going to give them new names when we took them on as crew, but we never made it official, I don't think. Don't know the real one.
They were named same as the goblins were. Alright, that'll be a 0. But you guys picked up 4 points tonight. There's the list of rewards. If you wish to spend anything tonight, you currently have 6 points.
I have a question. Can we use 0 points on kingdom rolls if we're the one making the roll? We just
Nope.
take it to the kingdom?
I was
Nope.
about to ask that.
But Kingdom
That's
has...
what fame is for, right?
That is what the fame and infamy is for. Hero points are for your roll only. Rolls that affect your PC. So, would you guys like to buy anything this evening?
Did you change the legendary hero point to today?
Yep. Because you can buy it every 3 turns. So until you buy one, that'll just keep changing. Why are you eyebrowing me, Fable?
Oh, so it's
You know why.
so it's different. We can once we buy one, then it counts to the next 3.
Correct. This is an odd session. So, odd session stuff is available. Healing potions, talismans, alchemy food 1, +1 hero point, and or legendary hero points. Now, you do not have to buy anything if you do not wish to. This is just stuff you can buy. Since you blew your wad last time on the tattoo upgrades.
I think I'm really feeling at the moment would be an extra hero point each, but I'm not even sure how much use that would get if we're about to head into a kingdom turn. We'll probably take the bulk of the session being that first one.
I would not disagree with that.
I'm fine with nothing.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
You are nothing, Kruger.
Banking a point.
That's a third of the vote. Why is the Glizzik talking into his remote control?
It's on the phone.
That looks like a remote.
Do you still have like a fucking Nokia or some shit?
No, I think it's a home
No,
phone.
even more ancient. It's a house
Yeah.
phone.
What the fuck?
I know the phone looks cordless, but it's probably plugged in too.
Savages.
I know.
Yeah, savages.
Surprised you didn't have to pull out the metal antenna. So, anyone else have any opinion on purchases tonight?
I'm fine with nothing.
Yeah, if that was +1 infamy point, I might be tempted.
No, but that might get added onto the list.
Decimate the population? Okay, got it.
Now that we are doing kingdom stuff will slowly make itself onto the list. sounds like at least half the party doesn't want to spend anything, so we will go ahead and close that.
Hoard it like a big fat dragon.
Oh, we're not doing an extra hero point?
3 people said spend nothing.
To be fair, I was AFK until just now.
We were just thinking they might not get used since we'll be doing kingdom stuff mostly.
Fair enough.
Alrighty then. Be marked down that nothing was bought.
This is the first time we didn't buy anything.
I believe so. Maybe the first time we did this, you guys may not have bought anything, but I'm not sure. Have to go through all my notes. But tonight was the 25th time we were doing bonus points, so. Alright. If you guys go off to the right in the sidebar under Nation Builder, open that up and click on the main sheet. You will pull up the main sheet of your kingdom.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So with Crushed Descent, it says when you gain unrest. So I know that there are some events when you gain unrest, you roll a die for it, and some of them are just flat. But with Crushed Descent, are we able to say that after the die is rolled, or do we have to say it before it is rolled?
Well, Crushed Descent is an action, isn't it?
It lets you do an action whenever unrest happens during the turn, as like a free
Once
thing.
per kingdom turn, but yeah.
Oh, then anytime unrest would increase during that turn, so it's like a reaction.
Yeah, but my question was, like, if it's one of the ones that has like a die roll, and like, can we wait to see if it's like a 1 or a 4? Do we have to say it like before that's rolled?
I would be technical on this and saying until we roll the die and see the number, there's no unrest gained.
That was my thought, but I just wanted to make sure we are on the same page there.
Yep, I mean, not to be like, oh no, I choose a roll. You don't know how much you're gaining, so yeah, I would say until I go to adjust the and basically whenever I adjust the unrest up, once per turn, you guys can send out Kruger to beat up some people in the street.
Woo!
You got that -4 to warfare.
That's actually -8 to warfare because you don't have a magister either.
Aren't those the same type?
One's magical, one's physical.
That's not how Pathfinder modifiers work.
It is. Those are cumulative. So if you went to recruit an army tonight, you're at -8.
Rebecca and Ferris can fill those spots.
I have a question. How did we do, like, fucking Conquest Charter and not put a General or a Magister?
I don't know, because none of you bitches wanted to be one.
Because we need to stabilize this shit first.
Because warfare has very few checks other than war-related.
Just crushing Descent for the most part.
Alright, so you guys owe me some information. The first one is you owe me 2 starting ability boosts. Currently, you have 8, 14, 14, 14 for your stats. And we need to add some more points to that. We need to pick 2 more boosts and increase those.
Well, it was 8, 16, 16, 14 before.
Well, I don't have that, and I had to reset the kingdom stuff, so that's why we are reapplying them.
My choice isn't going to change economy loyalty.
Is that where we're putting them?
Works for me.
Yeah, those were the two I think I voted for.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that's what we agreed on.
All right, they are done. Next thing, if you click on the feat tab, you guys owe me 2 feats.
Oh shit.
One at level 2 and one at level 4.
The first one we were really excited about was the insider trading that everybody seemed to get behind because it gives you a resource die and bonus to pretty much all the trade actions we'd be doing.
Insider trading was good. What was that other one?
We had
It-
5 like level 1 ones, or ones that are level 2 or lower, and ones level 2 above. We had cooperative leadership, insider training, muddle through, skill training, and liquidate resources. And then for our second boost, we'd be eligible for one of the other ones, which we were considering quick recovery in addition to all the ones previously mentioned.
Yeah, my vote is insider trading for low level, and then quick recovery for the higher level.
Yeah, the quick recovery is +4 status bonus to the roll if we have events that are bad or whatever, I think. So I'd be akin for those two.
It's like the extended events, like the things that last 3 turns until they're resolved or finished or whatever they're going to do.
So what's the pick? I'm hearing like 2 people talk.
I don't have a disagreement with that.
A muddle through is a good one too.
Do we need to be trained in politics for that one? There was one.
I think all the ones that we have, that I put up there in the box at least, are all things that we would be able to pick up.
Muddle through is trained in wilderness. It's on page 35 of the player guide. So are we agreed that insider trading for the first one?
Good stuff.
Yes, I say yes. Ishi, what do you think for insider training?
Sure.
Okay, that's 3. Naughty.
Yep.
Okay, that's 4. Motion passed.
Democracy, we vote.
That's not our
Very
charter.
Poland, right?
It's just good. It's just a good all-rounder. It's like a +1 bonus to establishing sites, trade agreements, trading commodities, and you get an extra resource dice every turn.
I think everybody in the group liked trade as a skill because we like money.
All right, and what's going to be your 4th level feat?
I think everyone picked quick recovery.
Well, just so everyone is aware, I'll give you a brief glimpse of all the other ones we have on the table. Cooperative leadership is basically when you use focus attention, which is aid at the kingdom level for the leaders. Instead of getting a +2, you would get a +3. Muddle through is you increase 2 of your ruin thresholds by 1 and 1 ruin threshold by 2, which, by the way, ruin thresholds are also able to go up just through normal kingdom progression. Liquidate resources, which is an economy-based role. First time during kingdom turn, when you're forced to spend RP as a result of a failed check, and that reduces you to 0 RP, you may instead reduce your RP to 1 and treat the expense as if it was paid in full. And then the last one is quick recovery.
What about muddle
Wait.
through?
Oh, did I not read
I
that?
already read
Oh,
that.
did he? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's the ruin one.
Yep.
Quick
He muddled
recovery is whenever you attempt a skill check for an ongoing harmful kingdom event, you gain a +4 status bonus to the check. And we're able to retrain these if we decide to, correct? Because it's not our starting one, which is Crest Descent.
Correct.
Okay. I mean, I'll get it started off. Quick recovery is my vote for these. For this one.
Muddle through a quick recovery.
Well, you can vote for one.
We'll let Ishi think about it and start from the bottom this time. Sun, what do you think?
Quick recovery.
Okay, Mystic?
Sure.
That's not helpful.
Quick recovery.
Okay, 2, Naughty. Is on the phone. Ishi, we're back to you.
I'll go with quick recovery. So
And
it
I
looks
like
like we have
quick
100%
recovery.
of the vote. Gotta fix it so it looks like we're in sync with each other constantly. I know how this shit works, but
So quick recovery for level 4.
All right.
Get that ongoing negative kingdom shit out of
Yep.
here.
All right. Next one is 2 skill increases.
Oh, I thought we voted this last time.
It was all kind of talked about, but nothing was actually voted.
I thought we did wilderness and trade to expert. Is what I have in the notes.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Because it was
yeah, let's see.
because wilderness and industry were tied.
We had 5 for trade expert, so that one passed.
Yeah, and then industry and wilderness were tied for second, and Bio and Sun had not voted on either one of those, so they were given deciding votes, and they both went with wilderness.
Give me 1 second. All right. So what were they now?
Wilderness to trained and trade to expert.
And trade to expert, you said?
Correct.
Oh yeah, they're on. They're already marked. Okay. All right. Next thing. All right. At level 5, you get 2 more ability boosts.
Your time has come, Poland. I mean,
Economy and stability for me.
So just real quick before we get in and voting, doing all that fun stuff, do we plan on having anything like culture related?
That is our charisma dumpster.
Culture, I barely knew her.
Classic.
culture's our dump stat. Art's gay anyway.
I mean, I did want something in culture because isn't that the only way to fix one of the ruins?
Yes.
Not technically.
Well,
So is decimating
Not
the
technically.
population.
we can build buildings that will do that. We can crit on defense rolls that'll do that. There's other, and also as we level, we can we said 3 levels or whatever, we get a rune reduction, which resets it. So we can use that for culture as well too.
That said, culture is more than just like arts and statues. It's also just a representation of your people's culture. Whether or not they're a proud folk or a hardy folk, it's kind of represented through culture.
Or if they're a bunch of rednecks.
See, culture, as far as skills, is arts, folklore, magic, and scholarship.
I hate how magic's on there.
Well, you can do shit with magic like transport troops across the map.
Yeah, being good with magic is a cultural voice. It's like
Yes.
a cultural aspect.
It offends me.
What, magic or culture?
What do you think?
Magic, got it.
So there's gonna be times that come up where culture is going to be used whether we want it to or not. So touching up on it may not be a bad idea. So there's at least like a penalty, but at the same time,
Is anything just like a straight culture roll though, or is it always a skill roll?
I think it's always skill.
yeah, that we do is always a skill roll.
Because if it's a skill roll and we don't plan on ever training any of those skills, it doesn't even make sense. Like, especially once we get to higher levels, to put points into it, because we're basically taking that shit on the nose.
It's not going to keep pace with the DC at all, just to raise culture.
That's why I was asking, because initially I was like, oh, we should do culture, but if as a group we don't care to train any of those skills, then yeah, dump stat it.
Just as a
By
reminder.
the same.
Yeah, just as a reminder, like
Culture sounds like society. Get that shit out of here.
well, you're not wrong, but our DC right now at this level is 20. So if we have to make a culture roll, we actually can't even succeed.
We
without
can't
that.
critically succeed.
We can't. Yeah, we need a natural 20 just to succeed. So that's how bad we are.
So you're saying there's a chance?
That's before any skill modifiers that might give us a better shot, but
By the same token, though, when we're looking at stuff like economy that's +4, we need what? Hit a 16 or higher.
Yeah, but you don't roll an ability. You roll a skill.
Right.
yeah, we're basically pegged with a -1 to culture for good, so we can like basically accept our weakness, go for our strengths, and just deal with the fallout of the culture, or try to train up some skills, like Fable said, rather than culture itself. So that's not going to do us a lot of good in the long run.
I mean, according to the sheet, it isn't like your character where if you aren't trained in it, you have no sort of bonus whatsoever. Because if you look at like arts right now, like there's a +6 on it, even though like our culture is like below that.
Well, yeah,
so-
because you have your level 5, and you have the one for the invested leader.
Where's Jack of all trades? We need Jack of all trades.
Well, essentially because
It
we
doesn't
have
help
the
you.
invested leader, it kind of helps in that regard a little bit. But again, that's likely going to outpace over time.
So we get our level to the bonus even if we're not trained in it.
Apparently.
That's nice. So
Well, I'm not sure how it's going to make a DC 20 otherwise.
Well, so then, like, arts, like we were talking about, is +6, which means we need a 14 or higher in order
Yeah.
to succeed that.
Correct.
So,
And if it's really, really important, somebody else can aid you for +2 on that, too. So then you really only need a 12 or higher. So it's not
and then there's other things
Impossible.
where you can get essentially status bonuses and such.
Yep.
structures and stuff, yeah.
So I mean, it's not like awful. Like,
Most structures are only good for an activity, though, not a skill.
Right, like establishing trade agreements, not all trade.
Correct. Yep. So we need to increase 2 abilities. What are they going to be?
I would really like to do stuff that impacts trade and then do economy because of that. Just so maybe once in a while we can actually crit succeed and get like double or better as a result for whatever we're trying to do. Look at what the skills are that go with the attributes, I guess would be my best bet for the second one then.
so
Stuff that we took are a lot of stability stuff and a couple loyalties, which are going to basically be warfare and intrigue.
So you want to do economy naughty? What was your other vote?
Stability, because we have a lot more skills trained in that to get it, so we're 18, 16, 16. Because loyalty is warfare, intrigue, and what else?
Should
Politics, which we
be
don't have,
4 or
statecraft,
5.
which we don't have.
So, as far as the proficiency bonus, I think our sheet is wrong because the book it has for all the trained expert master legendary, it's the kingdom's level +2, but untrained is just +0.
That's what I was wondering where this train bonus is coming from.
It's part of the sheet. It just adds it in.
Just like a common house rule thing that somebody just incorporated in. 'Cause
I
know
don't
it's a
think.
I know it's a big issue for people who've gotten that far in. It's just like, if you're not trained in a skill, don't even try it. You're gonna crit fail. Like, do everything you can to avoid it.
Wonder it's one
That's
of
a
the.
choice.
Oh, it's an option that's turned on. Add nation level to untrained skill checks. Basically, averages needing a 15 or better rather than impossible. I have no trouble leaving it like that.
I have no problem with it either.
I remember thinking about. I remember going through these, going, "Yeah, I kind of like that way. There is a chance."
Because otherwise, it's gonna fail. Like, and some of the stuff is bad.
Otherwise, hey, you have +1. Good luck getting a 20 or higher. Now, it won't keep pace because your DC is going to go up 1 or 2 every level, so it won't quite keep pace.
But especially when you're starting out, it's better than just failing culture because
Yep.
you're a negative out the gate.
Yeah, so that's what it is.
Let's see. Ishi, what are your thoughts on our boosts? Not sure.
Not sure.
Okay, Mystic.
Which one's tied to wilderness?
I'll look at the sheet. I'm trying to keep track of votes right now.
Stability, sir. Is it tied to wilderness?
I vote double stability.
Nope.
Can't do that.
Okay.
Nice try, though.
Stability,
Stat boost. You can't put them in the same thing.
stability, and economy.
Fine, I vote triple stability. Take erase the point.
I vote for economy and loyalty. Sun, what are your thoughts?
I vote loyalty, and since we're deciding to use a level with untrained, I vote culture. Just to make it a little easier, although.
Oh, yeah.
Way to waste your vote.
Actually,
Yeah,
no.
I know.
Why don't you go vote
that's
for
what
Ralph
my initial
Nader?
Vote was, so I'm doing that.
Why don't you just
She's
go
making a
vote for Nader?
statement, hoping to get some of her policies in.
Yeah.
I always vote for the guy with the boot on his head.
Ishi, have you any more thoughts, or am I grabbing bio?
Whoa.
As she
I can grab bio, and you can be the tiebreaker if we need it, even though I don't think that'll be the case.
Did
I'm
he say
always the
tiebreaker?
tiebreaker. I
Alright,
know
but-
one for sure is going to be stability.
Okay.
For me. I don't know if I want to put the other one in economy or culture though.
That's fine. Bio, what are your two?
Economy and stability.
I vote double culture.
They wrote cultured bacteria.
Alright, so Ishi, you would need to decide where you need to put your other one, because you put it in culture, then it's a tie between economy and culture. And we'll have to figure that out. But stability wins out with 4 votes for one of them.
I don't like having a big fat 0 there. For bonus.
It sounds like he's voting culture.
But
Right, shouldn't it be a
money.
-1?
I think it should
No,
be.
it starts at 0 at 8 and goes +1 every 2 after that. It's not like the character.
So you culture then?
Yeah.
Alright, so we have a tie between culture and economy. Now we have to have a blood fight to figure
I'll
out.
switch my economy to culture. So
You
culture
guys are killing.
So culture and stability are our two, apparently.
All right, there we go.
You see what you did, Zakara? You see?
I hope you're happy, Zakara.
I hope you're happy.
It's
This
all
ruins the
going
kingdom
into the
forever.
magic, though. Not art. Art's gay.
Now that the druid voted for culture, he's no longer a druid.
Justice, please.
All right, you guys now. One more thing to pick. Your rune resistance.
Frostmourne.
No. At level 5, you get your first rune resistance.
So you get this at
ruin.
5 and every ruin.
Okay, I thought you said rune resistance. I'm like, what the fuck is a rune resistance?
Yeah, so did I.
I did say that.
Frostmourne.
Oh, that would be something cool.
You choose one of the 4 rune categories and increase its threshold by 2. When you do so, you reset that rune's penalty to 0.
So all of our runes penalties are currently at 0.
Correct.
Yeah, so that part doesn't matter, but the max amount of ruin something can handle goes up to 2 before we're smacked with a penalty.
Well, looking at our current ruin, it looks like we are coming with some baggage already attached.
Of course you are.
Crime is our highest, with corruption being, and these are associated with the stats above them, right? Corruption for culture, economy for crime.
Yes.
Okay.
What tab is that?
Main tab.
Main tab. Keep in mind we have engineering, we have trade, and we have intrigue. And those are all ways of lowering decay, strife, and crime. Corruption is the one that is arts that we do not have, I think.
Farts.
I'm thinking we put it in corruption because culture is always going to be our problem child.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Less likely to make those rolls than other ones.
Yeah, and if we can't nail the defense rolls to help along the way, then having that extra cushion would be great.
Agreed.
Okay, that's 3 for corruption. What about
Voting for corruption.
Vote for corruption and put gold in your pocket.
Kickbacks and corruption, baby. That's the slogan on the poster for office. Kickbacks and corruption. Blackjack and hooker.
Sun Mystic Ishi? Any thoughts?
Corruption.
Whatever the culture one was.
Yep, corruption.
Okay. Alright. We did it.
We're just killing them, you know?
All right, corruption threshold goes to 12, and corruption goes to 0.
There's no corruption in the city. I don't know what you're talking. Now, Zargan,
No war in Boston City.
it shouldn't be the accumulated one. It's just the rune penalty that drops to 0, though, right?
That was
Is
kind of
how
my
we're reading it.
understanding.
So it'd still be at 3 for accumulated.
And let me see.
I don't think it touches accumulated.
Yeah, you're right, penalty.
We'll fix it.
Because it just that negative penalty to all our rolls is what it fixes for you.
Yep, so you went from being 30% of the way there to being 25%. Way to lower corruption, guys.
Yeah.
Putting those that bribe directly into your pocket instead of into the treasury lowers corruption. Good job.
So,
It's not a bribe, it's my money. This is my kingdom.
so I know it doesn't matter too much right now, but decay and strife are actually in the wrong places. Decay is tied to stability, and strife is tied to loyalty.
I can't change that, but
Just so we know.
yeah. What the hell? You would think the guy would fix that shit.
No.
What's next up on the task list?
Is the kingdom turn?
Woo!
What are the,
Kingdom.
Well, first of all, need to go through a couple things.
I'll say, weren't we gonna finish handling the Baron Jacob, whatever the fuck his name was?
Nah, we're done with him.
I mean, it's
What?
kind of been handled.
We gave him to the Cavern of Storms. That's all I remember.
I teleported him somewhere random.
most. Has there been any? Where's the map? I noticed we have a. Oh, it's because of the granary. Never mind.
You pop this up for you guys. Kingdom information chart, which is under your notes under party. There's some new handouts here. There's 3 new ones here. Actually, 4. The bottom 4, there's one with all your military units, which arrive pretty much like right now.
The next day.
Exactly. And we just lost Naughty.
Everybody was robots. I'm really.
Gotcha. You currently have 3 platoons under your control. You have the first Free Corps platoon, the first Invictus platoon, and the second Invictus platoon. If you click on those, it'll open up and should have all their stats. The only real difference between them is that the Free Corps platoon has to be back within a year.
If we ever get to that point, can we send them home early?
Sure.
Okay.
Next one I would look at is Kingdom XP milestones. Different bonus XPs you can get by completing milestones. 2 of them have already been completed. Establish your first village and turn your village into your first town. Those 2 have both been completed by your predecessor. But all the rest are available for bonus XP.
I'm back in. I'm just waiting for everything to populate.
Yep. The first one you will probably hit will be Kingdom Size 10, maybe. But it's not tons of experience, but it is experience.
There's another game for it, though. Forget the Kingdom Size 10. That's when our resource bag gets upgraded, right?
Yes.
6.
And then Kingdom Action is step by step what you do in a kingdom turn.
Okay,
And
so it doesn't have any work sites or anything built yet.
Nope.
Okay. Just, I see he fell for the tenement trap.
Wow. And then there's the image of your capital.
Lovely.
There's 7 squares out of your 8 squares possible filled. 2 are rubble. Either buildings were destroyed or they failed in construction. And if you look at the top on the north face, you are facing water on the north side.
Yeah.
Although I think a town 3 blocks of 4 or just 2.
I don't know.
The village was the first one. Should just be 1 block, and then the town should be 2 by 2. I thought.
No, the village is 1 block, which is 2 by 2. Because you have to fill that up in order to go up to a town.
Right. And then the next one should be 2 of that each direction, north, south, and east, west. Which is where we are, kind of, sort of. You just did it over on the east side of the picture.
We know specifically what happened.
Town gets 4 blocks.
Okay, so we have some building space. Just probably can't do anything with it yet.
Correct. Now the blocks have to be like touching other parts of the town.
Right.
So you can build south from 2 of your blocks or west from the 1 when you start building other structures. But you can only go into a total of 4 blocks.
I feel like west should be 1 because it's a water facing. If we wanted to build a pier or whatever, we can do
Well, you want to have to be careful if you don't build a pier right away. If you fill those blocks up, you're not going to be able to build a pier without tearing down buildings.
Right. Well, we got a rubble to replace too, worst case. And then
Yeah, but stuff like mill and things like that get
Well,
bonuses if they're on water.
Don't forget, A lot of the lower level stuff is 1 block. Higher buildings are 2. Some of them are even 3 or 4.
Some big buildings take big space.
Exactly. I think your town hall is 2.
You
But-
need that to collect gold and lumber.
Well, we need town hall for extra action.
Correct.
Alright, well, the rubble has to be cleared out with actions we take, so it's going to be an action tax there. Do we know what happened? Just like, flavor-wise?
No, I have not decided.
We have to hit the Baron again.
I spent most of my time fixing items and so forth.
You have to shoot a lightning bolt through his chest.
You can't make that non-lethal.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
the
non-lethal.
He ain't answer questions if he's dead, is she?
All right, so on the right-hand side, under Nation Builder, open up the one that says Nation Turns.
Nation turns.
You also want to keep the Nation sheet open as well, because you'll be rolling off of that.
I clicked on it. Never mind.
It takes a moment.
Just a second.
Yeah, I was just waiting for me to start bitching before it loaded.
Yeah, and the Nation Data one takes like 5 or 10 seconds to open up if we ever need to go there. That one does have a log section. I'm just not sure what all it records. So, the first thing you do, if you're following along on your handout, in game or page 43 in the player guide, is upkeep. You have to pay your upkeep. The first step of upkeep is to assign leadership roles or change them if you guys wish to change your positions in the kingdom.
No.
I think we're good on that.
Then you adjust unrest. Unrest increases if you have settlements that are overcrowded or if you're at war. This is technically turn 1, so you're not at war yet, although you will be for turn 2. So you have 0 unrest. What was that?
Spoiler alert.
Well, no, you learned that last week.
Stupid bear. Starting wars and stuff.
Stupid goblin started a war. It was a blue one too.
Obviously not a
You can't trust them.
Obviously not.
If you look at the notes there, if your unrest is high enough, then you start getting ruin and so forth, and you fall into anarchy. Next is resource collection. Who would like to roll the resource dice?
Don't we have some commodities already that we brought?
Yes.
Do you
Yep.
mark those?
I vote
I'll-
for Ishi because he does well with smaller dice.
I'll put those on once we get to that point.
I know I do well with D6s.
So when
Yeah,
you
but
hit level
isn't it
10,
better? They'll be even better.
No, that's not how it works. Not
I expect nothing but 4s. You have lots of practice with magic missile. Go.
What was that, Zargan?
I don't know. I'm fixing typos too, because my keyboard likes to not work for a moment. So, who would like to roll the resource dice?
I think it's fitting if Kruger did it. His first kingdom turn.
Alright. So I just pick it up and drag it or double
I believe you double click in the big box there that says resource dice.
Mm-hmm.
No? Maybe you double click on the default dice thing.
I think I might need to type it in.
I don't think.
Seems weird, but
Can you click on the resource dice and drag them into that little...
I tried doing that and that's where the 9 came from.
What 9?
in chat.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
What did you do?
I clicked the big blue box.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to click on first.
I was clicking on the thing that said default dice, which has
Oh,
none
no.
of the things that we need.
Alright, so Kurgan rolled 23 RPs.
We have a bonus dice.
You did.
From the insider trading.
Yep. And you brought 6 RP with you, so that's going to go up to 29.
Not enough for your wilderness shack, Mystic.
That's an expensive shack.
How
It's
many
not enough
RPs
for your
for a
wilderness
Panzer
shack that you want to.
division?
Oh yeah, the 54 or whatever that I need for my fucking shack.
Yeah,
My druid grove.
your secret garden. Yeah.
Alright, you have no work site, so you get no commodities.
Your wank shack?
So I'm going to go ahead and put the commodities in that you brought with you.
As I hope you realize after Galgrim gets that built, he's not living anywhere else. He's staying out there, and you guys can come get him.
I'm hammering a sign right off of it that says Galgrim's wank shack.
So you
in a
don't ever
language
want to
you
visit
can't read.
our menagerie zoo? You don't want to ever visit that?
No,
He
because
is-
the zoo's gonna be out by the druid grove, so I can keep an eye over it.
No, I'm saying there's separate structures. You'll have to leave one to get to the other one.
You will.
They'll be right next door to each other.
Now we're gonna put it on the other side of the city.
Alright.
The side
and
of
also-
the king.
And also, these things, like what you're talking about, is not going to be out in the middle of nowhere. It is going to be like in the center of town.
Yep.
I don't know why we're talking
The
about
druid
how-
grove has to go on a undeveloped forest tile, and it cannot be anything else.
That's gonna be a long time, sir. The forest tile that's nearest is like 12 hexes away.
Alright, next step would be pay consumption, which you guys don't have to on turn 1. Consumption is a total of your settlement's consumption, your army consumption, minus number of farmland hexes within influence range of your settlements, plus any modifiers from events. Your town currently has a 1 influence range, so if you build anything right around the town, it automatically will collect those during upkeep. But it makes mostly food and like work sites.
But we can't, like I was saying earlier in Discord, we can't build a settlement and also have it as farmland and also have it as a work site. It's like one of the choices.
Correct. Yeah, settlement can't be a farmland or stuff, but you can. There are buildings for that. All right, that is the end of the upkeep phase. Ta-da!
And
Dun, 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 dun.
As a note, if you do not have enough food to pay your consumption, you have 2 choices. You can spend RPs to buy food, or you can just not feed your people, which increases unrest. So if you need 3 food and you have 0, you could pay 15 RPs or 3d4 unrest. People really get upset when they don't have food.
Just let the Ukrainians starve. I mean,
Rush descent.
with a minus 8.
I'll still make it happen.
All right, next phase, commerce phase. Okay, as a party, do you wish to collect taxes?
And for those who don't know what the hell that means, if we succeed the check, we get a bonus to commerce-based rolls for the rest of the team's turn.
Economy-based rolls, not commerce.
Economy-based rolls.
It's different because economy.
is there any reason why we wouldn't want to?
You can increase unrest, especially if you continually do it turn after turn.
because each time you do it, that you did it last turn also, you get an increase on the DC. So we could do it every other turn essentially and be fine.
It's a good idea to collect taxes if you intend to do trade agreements that turn, because much like the same, you can't do it every single turn. Which you can use.
Do we know how much of an asshole the previous guy was with the taxes?
As for that, it doesn't matter. For most of the stuff, we are acting like this is turn 1, so there's nothing lingering over your head.
Might as well then.
Thank you, Ishi, for asking if he's collected taxes for the last year straight. What do you mean it's a DC 60?
So you wish to collect taxes.
I think
Yeah.
so.
All right. Who would like to make the roll? And what you do, I believe you roll down at the bottom on that nation turn. See where it says collect taxes?
We got a plus 14.
Correct.
It does
Who's
look
the
like they
treasurer?
would be double clickable.
Yeah. So who's going to roll them?
I was just asking who the treasurer is.
Treasurer.
I am
Go get your money.
tax collector.
Hey.
That is a success.
If they didn't give it to me, I was gonna awaken entropy in that.
Just accompanied by the Bruce Squad.
All right, so you're going to have a +1 circumstantial bonus to economy-based checks for the remainder of the turn. Now, I'm hoping this thing tracks all that.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't see a circumstance mod change on the main territory character sheet.
The other skills, like below, collect taxes, did not change.
Well, correct, because that's not a trade. That's not a economy base. That's a trade base.
No, what do you? Yes, it is.
Managed trade agreement should be.
Anything that economy is used as a skill should get the +1 for it. Because we were just talking about before.
Oh,
how
maybe
you
it
don't roll
does.
cats.
Calm down. All right, so you collected taxes. That's what we're gonna find out. We're kind of putting this thing through its paces. Okay.
Probably have to change the circumstance mod on the character sheet ourselves.
That's what I'm wondering. So we'll see. Before I add it, I just want to see what it does. So that way we know down the road. All right. Next is approve expenses, which you can draw upon the kingdom's funds to enhance standard of living for your citizens, or you can attempt to withdraw from the kingdom funds for your own money. So you can do a improved lifestyle, or you can steal money, basically tap the treasury.
So improved lifestyle, if we succeed, gives us a circumstance +1 to culture-based checks for the rest of the turn, much like the taxes did.
Yep.
+2 for the critical success. If we fail, we lose. We get to take a minus economy-based checks for the rest of the turn. So we counter our taxes.
Ooh, critical fails bad.
If you tap the treasury, you basically get money into your party fund.
Yeah, and it's not as much as you might think.
Which we have to pay back.
You do not have to, but until you
No,
do,
we
there's modifiers. The money you get is based on the level of the kingdom. So it's level 5 kingdom. You would go to the earned income table, and that's what you would get. No, I'm sorry. Nope, not earned income. Party treasure by level.
Yeah.
Very important note there. It says the penalty persists until funds are equal to those taken are replaced.
Correct.
We don't have a bank. We can't do capital investment as an action until we have a bank built at like level 15.
So if you tap the treasury, you would get 80 gold.
Yeah, because it's currency per additional PC. So for the penalty, 80 gold probably just ain't worth it.
Not worth it.
Now, high level at level 20, that's 35,000 gold you can steal.
Liberate.
Even
not
just
stealing.
matching our own level at 11, it would be 700 gold.
But it goes by your kingdom level.
Yep. can never be higher than our level.
Correct.
So in best case scenario, we'd only be pulling, what, about 100 gold for each of us, a little over.
It's free money though, to a point.
Not free money.
You don't have to ever pay it back. You just get penalties.
I'm fine with skipping improved lifestyle. I don't think
No,
that's about
correct. So you can tap treasury or improved lifestyle. You do not have to do either.
What about managed trade agreements?
That's not yet.
That's not yet.
That's later. We're on 2. That comes at
We're in commerce phase step 2.
Yeah.
Approve expenses.
page 42 of the book. I linked it in general a while ago.
And it's under the Kingdom Actions handout too. So no expenses.
No
No
expenses.
All right. Step 3, tap commodities. You can basically try to trade your commodities to bolster your RPs for the turn. Currently, you have 6 lumber and 2 ore in your storage.
And no stone.
No stone and no food or luxuries because nobody picked those. So if you wanted to, you would pick, let me see here. You select the commodity and reduce the stockpile up to 4. You decide between 1 and 4 you want to trade. And then you roll. And depends on what you roll is how much bonus or negative you get onto your RPs for the turn. Then the commodities go away.
The next kingdom turn.
Is it next turn?
Yeah, at the beginning
Next
of your
turn, yeah.
next kingdom turn, you get a bonus RP. Or
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You
For
give
points.
them up now for a bonus later.
I'm fine with skipping this for now.
We don't have enough to really do it
Yeah.
yet.
We have to use up some lumber because we can't store that much, but I think we're going to use up some lumber this turn.
Well, that's, yeah, exactly. Because if you don't use at least 2 lumber this turn, it'll disappear. All right, so no community trading, commodities trading. Now we go to manage trade agreements.
This is the one where you can spend. We have, what was it, 2 or 3 routes already?
2.
You have 2. If you look on the blue frame right next to your resource points, it says trades. That's right there.
So we can spend up to 2 RP per agreement that we have, so up to 2, so we can spend up to 4.
Yep.
And then we attempt a check. If we pass that check, we can. It's at the start of the next kingdom turn, so again, this is more of a, we see it coming down the road.
Yep.
Yeah. So if we succeed, we gave up 2 RP for getting a bonus resource die or commodity, not both. But if we
Now-
succeed, we get one of both.
Now these are separate rolls.
Yes.
So you'd roll for the first trade agreement, then you'd roll for the second trade agreement. So you can critically success at one, and critically fail the next.
Right. This is how you turn RP into commodities. So if you feel like you're not going to get enough food this turn,
I mean, I feel like this is a good thing to do since we collected taxes. We get the +1, so
And
better
same
odds,
thing,
more likely to crit.
we do it every other round. Because
Yeah.
otherwise you get the DC penalty up by 5 if you do it every time.
Or you could do 1 every round.
Correct, but then the DC would go up by 5 every time we did that.
Is it? I don't know. See, that's not how I well,
It says if you
Because it
manage
says-
trade agreements on the previous turn, you increase the DC by 5.
yeah, I
so
guess.
we'd
So-
have to do
oh,
that
so-
next time.
yeah. Because I imagine just because you don't actively do a trade with a group, that doesn't mean you didn't talk or discuss or do all of that. Would probably piss them off in the interim.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So
I mean,
yeah,
probably just straining resources is probably just a big
Yeah,
part
if-
of it, to be honest.
If we only wanted to spend 2 resource points because we're tapped, and
Yep.
shoot for 1, we don't have to use both. But again, we wouldn't be able to use that second one the next turn without getting the penalty.
correct. Okay. So, do you guys wish to do some trade agreements?
Go for it.
I think it's worth it.
Sure. What do we want to try to
Do you
pick?
want to do both or one?
Both.
Both.
We're good at trade.
I mean, there'll be separate roles, but I think you should declare up front how many you want to do, and you can't change it.
Yeah.
That would be both.
Keep it in mind, we took the expert level in trade.
Oh no, it is only one role because it's per trade agreement. So, yeah, so you could. I guess it's just a single role to manage all your trade.
Do it.
Works for
got-
me either way.
Take our 4 resource
So
points.
this is a trade agreement. Is trade economy based?
Yes.
Yes, it is. We have expert level in trade, and it's economy based, so it's plus 14, and then plus 1 for collecting taxes. It should be plus 15 for the roll.
Yeah, I had to add that +1 in, so it does not look like it does that.
Good to know.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Basically just gotta
Well, you did it as a temp one, right?
I did it as a circumstance bonus, yeah. So whoever wants to roll the trade agreement, just you guys decide who it is before someone just randomly rolls it.
I think Roger the broker takes this one. Yeah.
I'll do it.
It's Roger.
He's some guy that's wanted for a murder. So is Raz rolling it or is Glizik?
Fight to the death.
And I'll do it.
That's like a crypt
Small
fight.
versus not fight.
There's a cripple fight on aisle 5. You'll see a gnome and a goblin both punching each other to death.
Yep.
Go ahead, Bio. You do this time, I'll do next.
21 is a success.
Really just trying to tempt fate there, huh?
Now you can always spend your hero point and roll again if you want to get that crit. Your infamy point.
No.
Vetoed.
Does that also reset every turn?
I believe so.
Yeah, we get 1 infamy point every kingdom turn. Yep, we'll manage that. A success is we choose between gaining an extra resource dice next turn or a commodity of our choice. So we basically get 2 to pick from.
I say we go with commodities.
Yeah. I feel like getting resource dice. I mean, I feel like it's an investment if you want the resource dice.
Now that's per agreement, so you would get
Right.
2 resource dice or 2 commodities of one choice.
Oh, so they both have to be the same commodity.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Although, well, do they though? Because you can't use more than half of the commodities you get from this to do luxuries. Which means we'd only get 1 luxury.
Well, correct. If you pick luxury.
No, but I think the
It says like
implication
that.
is that
You get 1 choice per trade agreement that you tap. Because it said if you read critical success, you gain 1 bonus R resource dice
Yeah, I guess you can read it that way. Yeah.
per trade agreement.
Yeah. So you guys can pick either resource dice or a commodity twice. So what do you pick?
We have 0 stone currently, right?
It's at the top of the chart there. You have 0 food, 0 luxury, 0 stone.
I'm worried
That
about
doesn't
food
rock.
personally.
Yeah.
Do you want to get 2 food, 2 stone?
No, it'd only
You
be-
can't.
We can only get 2 commodities total.
And then you get 0 resource dice. Remember, those are not resource points, those are resource dice.
Yes.
But it doesn't make sense on a D4 to trade 2 to do that. Once we get up to D6s, maybe, but...
It'll be a better investment, yeah.
Still a gamble, but a better gamble.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking 2 food as well, just because that's going to be our... We already
Yeah,
have to
makes
invest a lot of our turns into food right now, as it is.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be the first thing
give
we
us a
really
little
need to fill up.
buffer. We
So
need to-
2 food?
Yeah. If we're not ending... Yeah.
Anybody don't like food?
Vanguard and the Familiars vote against food. They don't really need it.
Exactly.
I will take them all.
Ferris
away
also
from
votes.
myself.
Ferris also votes against food. He doesn't need it.
Unseen servants we haven't summoned yet also vote again.
Yep, and there's 3 of them, so that's 3 votes.
You got to feed
Now
your
that-
livestock if you want to enjoy some livestock.
How do your skeletons feel about this, Valis?
Alright, that is the end of the commerce phase. So click on the tab on the activity there.
Leadership.
Leadership phase. Alright.
Hold lead actions we will not be using.
What is the best ship? Leadership.
Well, it lists all of them. And they're in alphabetic order, so you can find them easier. So basically, on step 1, each of you gets one activity that you decide you wish to do. These can be go in any order. And you cannot attempt the same activity more than once. Shut up, Kruger.
You can mouse over each one. It'll give you a description of what it does.
I mean, you can also hit the arrow, and it'll
It pops it out to a
give
little
you more
window.
detail.
Yep. So
I
you
think
not
we need
only want
another army.
you not only want to look at stuff that you have a good chance of success at, but you also want to look at stuff that would help for future shit. And I'll be right back in a moment. I got to pull my print off the printer.
What did you print?
Too late. They left.
I'm a dick.
Probably still hear you.
I'm counting on it.
A piece of something else. All right, if it printed it, so it's only a 6-hour print.
It's not too bad.
Some of these are different from what I saw in the book. Like process hidden fees, I did not see as an action.
I think some of these are added through other things.
Yeah, I bought some. I'm on a Kickstarter right now to get some storage boxes for like miniatures, customizable, and the big one on a printer that I have to print just the basic stuff is like 400 and some hours of printing.
The STL one where you can like, it's the big box thing with the like the divider walls that slide in.
Yeah,
I saw that. It was so cool.
yeah, the big chest one is like 474 hours of printing.
Is it, Sargon, is there a way to like get the little dragon effect of clicking on it to show you what it actually does?
That's what the arrow.
The arrow,
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
it
I
pops
didn't
it
wanna
open.
Click on something and burn it.
Just don't click on the dice. Yeah, some of these I'm not sure what they are.
Sounds similar, but maybe the name changed on it from the original.
Maybe.
Process hidden fees.
Yeah, I don't know
was
what that
something
is.
Else. Clandestine.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Gotcha.
They switched the name on it. That's all it was. Okay, cool. I'm like, it sounds really familiar. That you're like, hey, this, the citizens may be wise to your kickback.
So do you guys want to decide who goes first or just do a roll and then do it in order? I think Kruger should do a pledge of fealty to someone else.
That's not how that works.
We just roll for it. It'd probably be the easiest way to kind of keep things moving.
All right, everyone roll 20-sider.
Like we do for caps. High or
Yep.
low? What's...
High's good.
Good job, Alice.
Wow.
Yay, there's goes my
Some,
point for the night.
someone wanted to be first. Huh?
We do like roll all like 13, 14, 15. Nice, guys. All right, so Valis, you have the first action of the night.
Oh my.
Where's the one that aids someone else?
Focused attention.
Yep.
Okay. So Valis, what in the kingdom would you like to attempt to accomplish this month?
Just showed up to the office. What's your first order of business?
Rest and relaxation.
Yeah.
And the top of the sheet says 2, but we're only doing 1, right?
That's how many rolls you've made this turn.
Oh, okay.
I'm
No,
not sure why it tracks it, but there must be some reason.
Oh, okay.
But you're correct,
The
son. We're doing 1 each at this.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was looking at the upper left corner where it says rolls, and you're looking at the 2 actions. Yeah, it's only 1 action each until you guys get a town hall built, and then they'll go up to 2.
Because we're 6 players, not 4.
Exactly. Which actually gives you a benefit because all you need is a town hall to get the max builds instead of having to go up to a castle. But so, Mr. Valis.
Let's see. This repair reputation fixes ruin, correct?
Like the accumulated ruin, yeah.
The left side number.
So if I do repair reputation crime, that will decrease our crime.
If you make the roll.
Succeed.
I don't do that. Then.
If you click the arrow, it opens up. It tells you what you get when you succeed, and so forth.
Oh.
And it gives you the numbers on the left you have to hit too. So
Yep.
if you hit a 21 or less, it's a fail. If you hit a 22 or more, it's a success.
But you are plus 15, so you cannot critically fail without rolling a 1. Haha, I jinxed you.
Fuck you, Zarkin.
He's trying to use our fame up.
Just use that. Oh.
Yeah.
So you got a 20. That is a success, just on the number.
Fuck you. This is what you get for not invading Alaska.
Yeah, okay. I don't think it lowered it, though. I think I threw that manually.
It's probably to keep us from spam.
Probably. So people don't hit it and by accidentally do it, yeah.
Like a door or walking into a wall or whatever. Now the weird thing is that when I opened it up to look at repair reputation crime, it has the numbers as 22 and 21 for success and failure.
Read the last sentence.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the DC's actually higher for this.
Oh,
So
is
it's
it?
supposed to be, yeah, it's supposed to be DC plus 2. So it should be a 22 for the result, which is why the numbers on the left side of it show.
Yeah,
In which case we may.
So the numbers on the left, I'm like, why are these so radically, like, weirdly different?
Oh, so 20 is a failure.
Yeah, you need at least a 22. So do you want to try and use the infamy point then, so that we don't?
Well, the
Yeah,
only
It
thing
doesn't go up. It just you
Yeah,
can't
the
do
only-
it until 2 turns
does.
from now.
Yeah, we just can't try again till next, or we can't try turn.
Yeah, you cannot try again until turn 3.
I tried.
So we should try and if somebody wants to do something, they should see if anybody wants to help, since we have so many people, and we can use the action to attempt to help them.
And the focus one, you should be able to do more than once.
Multiple people at 80.
No. He's talking about just multiple times in a turn, not like aiding a single person.
Because usually you can only try each skill once.
Per
Or-
person.
No, once for the turn. So no one else can try to reduce crime.
See, I read it as like each player can't do more than one of the same action. Like Ishi couldn't, once he gets 2 actions, can't try to also reduce the crime again.
No, yep. Nadia is right. It says a leader cannot attempt the same leadership activity more than once. No, so you are correct there, Glizzic. So for this, it does not matter because you each only have 1 action. But if you had 2 actions, you cannot use them both for the same thing.
Or like even for your assistance aid roll, you wouldn't be able to have some.
Correct.
You'd have to.
Yeah,
have
correct.
each
Yep.
Take 1 or...
Yeah, so you can. So when you have 2, you can help somebody with 1, and then do one yourself.
By the way, for the focus attention, it shows engineering as the related skill, but you actually just have to roll the same skill as which you're aiding someone. It's not its own separate roll, just so everyone knows.
So it's just like aid.
Yeah.
All right, that is Valis. Zakara, you are up.
I feel like it would be a good idea to try to repair reputation again. Is there any penalty to having multiple tribes?
We can't use.
I'm not sure. While we could probably do other things multiple times, the failure condition repair reputation makes it seem like no one else will be able to
Correct.
to redo it
Until turn 3.
But you could try one of the other ones if you wanted to do, instead of crime, do corruption or something.
Yep.
Or decay or strife, which you're both good at.
Or you could spread the legend of Zakara, the Amaran hero.
That's not the legend I want.
Oh.
How much RP do we have right now?
29.
25.
Yeah, we spent 4 on the trading.
Oh.
If the man wants to give us 29, we take 29. Get it.
Well, if I tried to do corruption, I would have to roll a 15 or better.
I'll help you. I'll use focus attention.
I mean, technically, we're 9 away from the threshold, whereas decay and strife are 8.
Yeah, but we're also much more likely to hit those rolls
That's true.
because we're trained and have points in those. Regardless, just to kind of move things along, I'll focus the aid if you're doing any of the repair reputations.
Okay, I'll give corruption a try then.
Alright, go ahead, Kruger. You rolled it first.
So
It's a new
helpful.
drink. Try.
There you go.
Corruption.
You were successful. So, Zakara, you can go ahead and roll your reduce corruption and put a +2 down in the lower left to see if it modifies it.
So my bottom left, not on the sheet here, right?
Correct. Okay, it looks like it added it, but you failed.
Apparently, I'm just better at repairing reputation.
We're not very good
Apparently.
at this leadership thing, are we?
All right, Raj, you're up. Nope, sorry, Glizzic, you're next.
Anybody want to aid me as I go for purchase commodities?
Well, Kruger already used his action, so he's done.
Mystical bio.
something.
Raz wants to you get some hidden fees.
Mystic,
Wants to chill with the gnomies.
I can.
do you have an
Sure, I'll
activity you
help
want to
you.
do? Other. Pick away any way skill-wise that you want to try and aid.
So what are you doing, Glizzic?
Purchase commodities. So I'm basically going to take 4 RP and try and get us some extra commodities. And that'll be this turn.
What are you purchasing?
Select the commodity you wish to purchase. So we don't know if we're going to hit success or double it. I don't know if we'd have to roll or not, because if you fail, you only get 1 commodity of the chosen type, so you only get to pick 1 thing.
Correct.
Well, it all has to be the same
Yeah, it all has to be the same.
unless you critically succeed.
And we've got food coming so that we don't starve next turn, correct? From the earlier activity.
Yeah, we have 2.
You have 2 food coming, which is not enough.
Okay.
You just well, we can
Well,
hold 5 and we need 5.
Alright, I'll do food. I really wanted to do stone because, like I said, I'm still planning on us retraining the army so that they don't need food. Because we can train each army once a turn and just give them to live off the land. And then they won't be consuming food and will only need 2, not 5.
That
Not
is
sure
possible.
We'll be able to retrain the 3-core ones.
We should be able to.
Yes.
Just teaching them a new tactic. And they're level 5, so they can hold 2 tactics. So even if they already know something, you would just replace it with something else.
Correct.
And it's free.
In the army section, you get 1 action per unit.
Okay.
So that would help with that. I'd like to go for stone just so we can make buildings and stuff. But if you guys really feel that we need food, I'll be fine with that. We can still store enough of it. Does anyone feel strongly either way?
I mean, what does it take to retrain them? Is it a warfare roll? Because we're at a -8 for that right now.
There's no roll. They just you train them each turn,
Oh.
so they can learn 1 tactic each turn. And because they're level 5, they can hold 2 different things. So the first one I suggested before was train them so they don't need to eat. They just live off the land. And the other one raises their hit points from 4 to 5.
No, there's a roll for train army.
Yeah, train
You roll a
hard.
scholarship or warfare check against the tactics training DC.
Yep.
Choose one of the tactics from the listed starting page. Attack, scholarship, or warfare against the tactics training DC.
At this point, scholarship would probably be better than warfare. It's +7 versus +4.
+7 versus -4.
Yeah. I'll do food then, just so we have extra in case we don't train everybody.
Worst case, we have some in reserve.
Yep. Alright, so Mystic, pick a skill to support me with and roll it.
Well,
It
no,
has to be the
he
same thing you're rolling.
has to be the same thing.
So you're looking for purchase commodities.
Yep. And double click on the +15.
On the bright side, it uses kingdom stats.
What am I looking for?
Leadership activities is the menu you want, and you want to look for the things called purchase commodities and roll the +15, like you're doing a attack.
Fuck is leadership activities.
Oh my god.
Alright, so on the right hand side where it says nation turns,
Okay. Nation
That's
turns,
what-
leadership.
Yep.
And then something commodities.
It is purchase commodities under P. It's alphabetical. And then roll
Okay.
the double click the die where it says +15.
That is a crit.
Yaha!
Still only a +2.
Hey, Naughty, we should have had me roll that and just taken the crit success.
See?
Watch Naughty fuck this up and get a crit fail with the +2.
All right, so I put a +2 in the bottom box.
Isn't it a +3 on a crit?
Nope.
Nope.
That's a crit.
Look at all that fame.
Hey, look at the thing.
Not sure why it did it 6 times, but whatever.
Make sure we
I'm
don't.
gonna live forever.
Means we get 6 fame, right?
No, you got 1, so you're up to 2 fame.
Those fame. Ah. Now we have to use
All
this
right.
this turn too sometime.
Yeah.
All right, so
Now,
that is a crit.
I think fame will
So-
carry over for so much. I think.
Do I get the fame thing because mine?
No.
It's for the whole kingdom.
The kingdom.
So
I know.
easy.
You're making
Um,
a roll, but it's the kingdom doing it.
But no,
So for the,
you didn't make an actual leadership activity. You made an aid roll.
And it's not for critical success, it's for a nat 20.
Yeah.
so
you get
immediately
You get
get
4 stone.
commodities. No, I was doing food.
Oh,
right?
food. Yep, 4 food. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. So we get 4 more food right now, and then +2 of something else, which I would rather do stone. So we have 2 of that at least.
Okay.
Everybody
good
So
for me.
4,
Yeah.
as the best result we could. Yay!
Yeah. We
Good job, Mystic. High five.
Nice.
I want to go back and use our fame retroactively on the reduction stuff.
Oh, I still got my action. We could probably use it on.
Nah, I mean, we still have the region actions and
Mhm.
and then the army actions. We still got a lot of stuff to fuck up.
I mean, the army is gonna be pretty quick.
I think we've used up most of our bad rolls, though.
All right. So last action is gonna be Raz.
We're gonna process some hidden fees, go around to some of these businesses, cite some workers hazards, workers' rights issues, feed the businesses, things like that.
Where there's a win,
All right.
there's a way.
Workers' rights issues. Your workers have too many rights. This is a
Go ahead and roll.
I don't give a shit
Trade.
About the workers. They're making coppers a day. I want the businesses that actually bring in the money.
Go ahead and roll that +15.
The wage.
What was
You don't
that,
want to
Vern?
spend money on these fires.
Go ahead and roll that +15.
How's that?
Another crit.
That is, so instead of gaining 1 bonus resource dice at the start of our next turn, we get 2. And there's no penalty to trying this again next round. 'Cause if we tried again, if it's a regular success and we tried this again next round, we would worsen the result by 1 step.
All right,
That
2
means we get
resource
3
dice next
bonus
turn.
dice.
No, we gained 2 bonus resource dice. That's it. And
Yes,
then-
we gain 2 on top of the 1 that we have
Oh, okay.
from,
From
our
insider
food.
trading.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
And we can try it again next round if we really want to.
And people say we have a corruption problem.
Advantageous, I believe is the word you want. Not correct.
All right, that is it for the leadership activities. Next tab, go down to region.
We get 3 of these.
The entire group gets 3 regional activities.
Look at the map.
the map.
It's not a good map, but it works for right now.
Ooh, so I'm gonna have a question.
No.
So, for our fame, when you said we get 1 every turn, is it like hero points where we get 1 only if we have 0, or we get 1 regardless?
I do not know.
That's not helpful.
Look it up, bitch.
You look it up, bitch.
I don't care until next turn. All right, so those are your regional activities.
Oh,
Also
yeah,
on
it-
page 42.
And, highly recommend we claim a couple of hexes for bigger resource dice.
Can only claim 1. Well, nope. You guys can claim up to 2 hexes because you have that level 4 power. And then Glizzik mentioned about making some farmland.
But yeah, this is when we'd get most of our food, by the way. So if we do like 2 claim hexes, assuming we succeed, and then
Establish one farmland.
yeah, then we'd get a food next round taken off of our expenditures.
Your consumption.
Now claiming a hex is not a guarantee, by the way. That's a wilderness check, you know, culture based.
Filthy culture.
So there's a
Wait,
chance.
wilderness is culture? Gross.
No. Yes.
You
No,
can use
wilderness is
exploration,
stability.
intrigue, magic, or wilderness.
I think we'd like to use intrigue, please.
Well, if you open it up, okay, now see that's weird.
Because we should have
Now it's showing
exploring
12.
wilderness
Now it's
for
showing
a-
12.
But it still says wilderness.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, but I'm not sure why it says that. But it's actually using probably your intrigue.
Oh, and when you go into it, it does say
The 4 different skills.
Related skills, yeah, below where it says.
Yeah.
Best skill wilderness. That's weird. I think.
I'm not sure why it says that, but
here. Wilderness is best skill.
yeah. So
Decent chance we can get that crit success and get back the region activity.
so as a group, you have 3 of these.
Thinking
You do have some hexes that are clear, like, you know, explored, but are not claimed. They're not marked on the map because I haven't done that shit yet.
I mean, I'm thinking we try for 2 claim hexes, and then if it doesn't take all 3 of our actions, establish a farmland.
Yeah, I think the same.
Because that's a big jump to the D6s for resource points. I agree.
Yeah.
And we do have some cushion with the food right now, so we're not dying yet.
Yet.
And if we crit succeed on established farmland, we get 2 farmland hexes.
Only if they can be next to each other, which they can be at the moment.
Yeah. We got plenty of planes to farm.
Yep.
Keep in mind where we put the farmlands are not where we're going to want to put another settlement, like along the river.
Well, you do not want settlements next to each other.
Right. So if we put one few spaces away, the biggest influence we could possibly get would be 3 hexes from either of them. So maybe towards the end of, like the western end of it on the river, we could put a settlement there and throw some mills or granaries or whatever the stuff that they need
Yeah, but
water to do well with.
You don't own that hex, so don't worry about that.
Well, I'm just saying for future thoughts. Don't put the
We're already
farmlands.
thinking about conquest.
No, that's fine. Or you can go to the east and put one out by those trees on the ocean.
Where's this map that you guys are seeing that has the actual hexes?
There you go. I popped it up.
Oh, thank you.
So like if you put the settlement touching the water, we're gonna want to do it like out a bit. So everything that we have right now is fine on the capital, and everything that we have for hex is gonna benefit from capital buildings and structures and stuff that's in our reign.
Everything that has a little flag in the lower right hand corner is owned by your kingdom.
Everything that I touch.
Not everything on the map is available just to claim, though.
And they have to be contiguous. You can't just
Correct. You can't just jump like.
plant at the
Right.
Yep.
We have to decide if we're heading west or east.
Correct. Or south. Or north. Although you can't go across the. Going across the river would be harder without since you don't have a bridge.
Well, we can build bridges eventually.
You can.
Because we would just be claiming like northwest of the capital if we claimed to that one to get
Yeah,
across.
like part of building a road or something. But
Yep.
if we head west, we can also get into mountains for work sites. For
So-
roads.
And how about we see if we actually claim the hexes first?
Well, we have to
Well,
pick which hex we're going
I
for. That.
figure we have to know where we're going first. We have to like pick the hex we want to claim and then make a roll for it.
I mean, isn't the DC same regardless?
Sure.
The DC is, yeah. But you pick your hex, then you roll. So you have 3 actions. What are they going to be? What's action 1?
I'm assuming the tree things are forests.
Yes.
We
I
should
vote
probably
east.
We should probably start working our way towards the mountains and trees
That's what I'm thinking.
There's forests over there.
up above the K.
Yeah, but they're much further away.
Yeah, but they're centralized.
And once we
They are
get
the
them
exact
out-
same distance. If you go northwest from the west side, it's 5. If you go east from the east side, it's 5 for the trees. The difference is we also have mountains over there too.
Yeah, we have
What's
to
it-
cross the river to get to those.
Oh my god!
Which-
Not everything is about your damn trees.
Hey,
We're gonna
I am
have
role
to cross
playing
the river.
what the advisor.
I am
of
just
Galvin
saying,
would do.
you can cross a river fine, but there are things that, like moving armies and stuff without bridges, slow you down. There's various things that without a bridge will affect you.
Okay, if we're going up over the river and up to those trees/mountains, I'm fine with that.
Cool.
So which hex do you wish to try to claim?
That one. Well, I'm pointing at right now.
Thanks.
Northwest,
The
yeah.
one
Yeah, I'm pointing it to-
northwest of the keep
The-
on the river.
Okay.
Nope, not of the keep, of the very far left one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 5. 1, 2. It's 6 if we go straight northwest. But if we start from the 2 that we already own and go north from them. Boy, I
Yeah.
wish I could ping right now. Where's the ping button?
Yeah, we're drawing the map. I forget. So essentially, the westmost one that we currently have a flag in, Zargan. I'm talking about going northwest from there into the river.
Yeah.
Look at
Oh,
that.
there's that.
Right here.
No, over one.
west of that.
This one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's because it'll be shorter. You get that one, and then you just got 4 to the trees, and there's 2 trees there and a mountain as well, all within range of that.
I mean,
As
the
we-
arrow is going to be the same thing that I made.
To the
Okay.
mountains too.
Yeah, that's to get to a tree. But if we want mountain access too, Naughty's right.
Just throwing it.
Because not everything's
the-
about trees.
Keep in mind, we can still get 1 resource point out of our plains hexes, but if we land on one of the trees or the mountain hexes, we get 2.
Correct.
Or lumber.
We build
So
a
it
world
doubles
side
the
of mountain.
efficiency.
Correct. If you build a work site on the plains, you can get 1. But if you build a work site like on a forest, you'll get 2 lumber. Or in the mountains, you could pick stone or ore, and so forth.
Civilization rules.
If we
Basically.
go the way that Mystic drew, would we have to make 2 bridges or 1?
Probably, I'm not even sure you need bridges. Are a building like in a town. I'm not sure you'll need them for that.
I think if you just build a road over the hex, it builds any of the bridges that you may need along the way.
Possibly.
And quite honestly, the spot that is the last plains hex before we hit trees and mountain might be a nice spot for another settlement. Because then we'll get bonuses to those harvesting, stuff.
And it's far enough
When we get
away
over that way.
where influence areas will never really.
No, they will.
Together.
If they're
'Cause
both,
it's 3 for the max.
yeah, one. So it's only 5 hexes between them.
Is all the brown area considered mountain or hill?
Hill.
Okay. Because building in mountain areas, that's nasty.
Well, it all even hills has modifiers, and
Yeah.
forests have modifiers. There's modifiers for them all, but we're not at that point yet. At best, you can claim 2 hexes tonight, so that's the first 2 spots.
Yep. Hopefully we get at least 1. If not,
So even if you crit them, you still can't claim more than 2
per turn.
per turn
Well,
at the moment. Then there's another feat down the road that lets you do 3.
Critting on a claim just gives you the action back.
Correct.
Which we can always use for something else.
Correct.
I cast aggressive expansion.
Let's do it.
There you go. All right.
Well, I mean, we got enough.
So who hasn't rolled yet tonight? So I think other people
Is
should
it Aiden?
should roll. I think Galgrim, Kruger, and Zakara should be making these rolls.
Kruger made the first roll.
I helped.
Okay.
I helped.
I mean,
I
everyone
know.
rolled in the last turn because we all had
True.
nothing to do. So.
True. But I'm just saying. We want to split some of these up. Because it doesn't matter who rolls. It's the same modifiers. So you want to claim that first hex to the northwest of your line. So who's rolling it?
Galgrom.
You're plus 12.
Which skill am I rolling?
Claim hex. It's not a skill, it's an activity.
So the same thing where you did your leadership, go down the next tab to region, and you'll see claim hex at plus 12.
Womp womp.
That is a failure.
Reroll.
Yeah, can I hear a
Same.
point? Can I hear a point?
If the party wishes, yes.
Go for it.
I say yes.
Yeah.
They're
Into
not called
that
war
thing.
crime points.
All right, fame
And-
point is spent.
And we.
Oh my
Ah.
god! You rolled from a 19 and just tipped onto a.
And
30.
you've been Zakara'd. All
I'd
right,
like to
that
see
is a
the,
failure, sir.
The hero points for the kingdom fare just as well as our character was.
And I did look it up. Fame, you get 1 fame every turn, regardless how much fame that you have. So it does
So you
accrue
can-
over time.
All right, so that was a fail. That's one action down. You have 2 more to go.
2 actions remaining.
Go, Sakara.
Send
No,
the
I-
next wave.
That's more reason for me not to roll these.
Just go. Chop, chop.
Believe
No,
in the heart of
exploration.
the
I want
dice.
to.
No, you're not gonna get to roll everything.
Just the hexes.
No.
No.
It's wilderness.
No, it's not.
No,
It's
she's doing
actually
intrigue.
intrigue.
It's intrigue.
May I point to your previous roll?
All right, Zakara, what are you doing? They decided you are rolling. Are you trying to claim that hex again?
Is that what we want to do?
Yeah, we're trying to claim 2 more hexes so our resource dice get upgraded.
Okay, it's just not my fault if it's a bad roll.
Can't wait to blame Zakara.
You only need like
Or
All right, hold on. Do not roll. Dude, you should have a +2 on that.
even
I
on this
do.
Oh, from our insider trading.
No, from the expansion expert. +2 circumstance to claim hexes.
Okay, so plus
So
2.
hold
then
on.
roll.
Let me put I'm gonna put a +2 in the thing. Okay, I'm understanding this a little bit better now.
Was that a feat we had?
Yes. No, it's not a feat, but it's just a kingdom ability you get. So Galgan rolled an 18, which is still a failure. Okay, or a 17. Okay.
Originally an 18,
Yep,
Which was still a fail.
correct. Okay, now you're rolling at a +14 instead of a +12. So go ahead and roll.
6 or better.
Wow, I saw that 4.
That is 6 or better. Yay!
So 28, that is a success.
Slap that flag and that's hex.
Onslaught.
Rolling in a river.
I'll slap it in later. All right, you have 1 action left for the regional time.
I'd say we try to claim another hex because it's more important to
can't.
do that.
You can only
We could-
you
I
can
thought we-
only attempt to claim 2 hexes a turn. You can only do
Oh, I
that.
thought you could only successfully claim to it.
No, I believe you can only try twice.
I didn't read that. I'm just going for what he said earlier.
Yeah, normally you can only do one a turn. Let me
In that
double
case,
check
we wanna
this.
Establish some farmland.
At
we
level 4, I think you're able to do 2.
Yeah, let's establish some farmland.
Now
Then.
farmland. We're gonna starve off.
Give me 1 second.
And our current influence is 1 from the capital, so let's put it in one of the 3 touching hex.
Yeah, so at first level, when selecting 3 activities, you take during region activity step activity phase. You may select this activity no more than once. Once your kingdom reaches 4th level, you may select it up to twice per turn. After reaching 9th, you may select it up to 3 times per turn.
So it's attempts. Okay, cool.
But you have claimed your first hex, plus 10 experience. Woo!
Ooh,
Hey,
1% of progress.
Yep.
achievement complete.
I mean, anytime you successfully claim a hex, you
I know,
get
shut
10
up.
XP.
2%.
All right, so what are you doing with your 3rd action? Building roads, or you should abandon the hex you just claimed.
Let's establish a farmland. I'm thinking just straight south. So I don't know if we want to keep the waterways clear for anything in the future.
If you wanted to do irrigation, you have to have access to water.
Yes.
What was the benefit for irrigation? I couldn't find it. Other than, hey, we have no water source nearby, but it doesn't seem to give any benefit.
I mean, again, like a hex, it says it gains a river or lake terrain feature, which will then allow you to do,
Piers and stuff.
yeah.
Anything that requires water.
Yep.
Yeah. From what it sounds like, you're not just building like a small little irrigation.
No, you're not making irrigation. You're like
You're
making a
building
freaking moat,
a man-made river.
a
So
canal.
I can't
Digging
wait to
canals,
move.
not
Yeah, let's do the farmland to the south.
I was gonna say you're not irrigating crops, then you're making
No.
canals. To
Yeah.
Can make a channel.
transport. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, then south is still
terraforming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the hex directly south of the city.
Yep.
Who's rolling this one?
Plant the corn. As we all learned in 7
So
days.
plus plus 10.
Super corn.
If you want to make glue,
This,
stop rolling before we tell you to roll.
We do have a infamy point if we want to counter that critical failure.
Not sure why Mystic's rolling again, but okay.
A critical failure. You fail to establish farmland. 10 potentially causes the spread of a blight.
Good
At
job,
the
Drew.
start of your next
I mean,
two
it
event
doesn't say
phases.
critical failure, just as failure.
That's a
Oh
critical
no,
failure.
You rolled a one.
because you rolled a 1.
You're an awful druid.
Yeah, on the next 2 turns, basically. DC 6 flat check on a failure. Your kingdom experiences a fucking crop
Failure.
event.
Yeah, we should probably re-roll that.
I don't want to play Iron
Alright.
Simulator.
There goes your last fame point.
We are no longer infamous. Anything's gonna be the better.
Go ahead, Galgrim. You were such a rush to roll. Roll again. Still failure.
Sorry.
Anything? Nothing?
Needed a 10.
Yep, he had a 50-50 chance.
We don't have anything from buildings that
To
helps
be
us
fair,
with that.
I have literally failed 4 50-50s in a row at this point.
Why do you suck so much?
Zargan, do we have any
That's what your
bonuses
mother
from the
likes.
structures to establish that or anything? Or like you found the feat earlier? Just because it's only 1 point.
I'm looking. Hold on.
Don't we have a... Isn't there a +1 from being close to the capital?
No.
Insider trading was established works, camps, and stuff.
Yeah, insider trading gives you pluses on work camps, but I don't think work sites. But I don't think they give you for farmland.
Not for farmland. Okay.
I don't think. I don't know. I'm not looking directly at it. Too many pages.
By the way, it costs an RP to attempt to set.
Yeah, I know.
We're down 1 RP.
You're down 3 because it costs 1 to claim too.
Insider trading is establish worksite, establish trade agreement, and trade commodities.
Okay. And no. Yeah, so no, there is no other bonuses. Alright, so that is a failure. So that was... So that's 1. You're down to 21 RPs. That was your regional activities. Now you're civic. You get 1 civic activity
It's typically when you
per settlement. So you have 1 settlement.
Yeah, it's like a structure.
Yeah, build structure, demolish.
So we have to have at least 1 structure with the housing trait per block of the city.
You do.
Where we have overcrowding.
I had a question.
Yes.
Would our favored land have helped since we have river?
What does that add?
Once per kingdom turn during the region activity step of the activity phase, you can attempt 2 region activities simultaneously as long as both activities take place in the same hex, and that hex contains the same terrain as your heartland.
2 activities in the same hex? What page is that on?
16 and 17.
It lets you try 2 activities at the same time in the same hex, so you wouldn't be able to like construct twice, but you could like gather crops, which you actually don't.
Or go fishing or something, yeah.
But
Okay.
both of the things you're trying to do both take a -2 to the check,
Correct.
so it wouldn't help us establish anything. But that is good to know, though, because I think it has to be based off of a river. Because we're river, right? Not plains.
You are river, correct.
Okay, that's good to know for next turn, though.
And really, you don't have many regional activities because you don't even own the hex.
I was gonna say, all the ones that we have claimed here with the flags on them, are they all cleared already?
Yes, they are just plains.
Okay. So there's no monsters or freeholds or whatever.
No, they are already cleared.
So we have tenements already. Well, not great, but they work.
You have 2 tenements, yep.
So we can still build something in the last open space. Other than that, we're gonna have to clear some rubble later, or add a tenement to the 3rd one.
Correct. I pulled you guys into the grid.
The grid.
The grid.
I believe I had. I don't think my choices have changed here. Let me find them.
I think you said granary, which we already have, or was it mill?
Hold on, I'm finding it.
Yeah, you could build something. You can attempt to build a structure or clear the rubble.
Here it is. It was mill, town hall, and herbalist were the 3 that I was thinking about. Although we can't afford a town hall this turn anyway, because it takes 4 lumber, 4 stone, and the RP we have. My other 2 options were a mill, which when built adjacent to a water border, so just along the top there, we reduce the settlement's consumption by 1, and we get a +1 item bonus to harvest crops. That costs 6 RP and 1 stone.
And 2 lumber.
No, mill?
2 lumber. Yeah, I'm looking at 6 RP, 2 lumber, 1 stone, which we have all of that. Because I got the stone forest on the right.
And then there was, the 3rd one was the herbalist, 10 RP, 1 lumber, 1 lot, gives a +1 item bonus to provide care action, which is the one that can lower unrest or ruin on a crit success. So at this point, herbalist or mill.
Are we using anything else for that extra lumber that we can't store? Otherwise, I would say let's definitely do mill.
You only have 1 civic activity, so.
Correct.
we have 6 right now. We can only keep 4. So if we use the 2 lumber up, at least that'll be lost.
Yeah, I'm thinking mill then gives us lets us eat up that wood we're gonna lose otherwise, and reduces some consumption, which helps alleviate the food issue.
Yeah, and it'll give us +1 to harvest crops in the future. Nice.
Yeah. My vote is for mill.
Because it'll be waterborne.
Now, of course, these are just what we've found that were interesting. There's a shit ton of buildings, so if anyone else has any of the ideas, toss them out there.
No, that's what I was thinking. Mill's probably gonna be our best bet given current situation.
Yeah, we need
That,
to
or we can
focus
try
on food.
try and upgrade the housing that we already have as tenements up to the next thing or something like that. It's a possibility as well. That'll help with a little bit of unrest.
The only thing that I
ultimately-
think that like could even come close to potentially doing something for us is a smithy. You get +1 bonus to trade commodities and +1 to outfit army. And you also get a +1 to craft anything that is made with metal. And costs 8 RP, 2 lumber, 1 ore, 1 stone.
And you have all of them.
But I think a mill would be better personally.
So Smithy is a DC 18 industry. And a mill's a DC 16 industry. So mill's easier to make.
Thoughts from the rest of you?
Mill sounds good.
Was that 3 or 4 for mill?
I think that's 4.
Yeah, it's 4.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of milling around.
Not a bump.
All
right.
Let's make the mill, and we want it against the water to get that extra benefit. and
Which-
go into it.
Which one? You want the far left or the one next to the tavern?
Well, any of the ones. We're good with any of these 3 top ones.
Yeah.
You have 2 top
'Cause
ones.
they're all against the water.
Well, does it? Okay, so if something has to be built against the water, does it have to be in a literal square against the top border there? Or
That's
can
a
it
good
be
question.
A block that's along the top.
So if we don't put it in the open space on the right side, we're gonna have overcrowding. And so we'll have 3 blocks open with only 2 tenements.
Right.
So we have to put it in the block on the 3 right now to finish that one off. And then the first thing we're gonna have to build for that extra block that's open on the left by the water is gonna be a housing thing. Or clear rubble and then build a housing thing. Otherwise we get +1 unrest a turn.
Trying to find the stuff about the grids. Alright, each of the 2x2s is a block or a district. And each district or block is split into 4 neighborhood lots.
And each block needs a housing.
So we've got 2 tenements in the center one, so that'll cover the 2 blocks we have right now. If we open a 3rd block, we'll need to have a 3rd housing thing.
Does the housing have to be in that block?
No.
Didn't say that. It just says if you have this many, you need this many. They can be wherever.
Yeah, some structures can only be constructed in lots adjacent to the border.
Okay.
So you want to do the mill next to the water, you'd have to go to the left-hand block.
Or clear rubble and do it next round.
Correct. But then you lose your lumber.
So the choice basically is lose lumber and don't address some of the food issues.
Or get 1 unrest.
Or get an unrest next round.
Which we can crush at that point and try, at least, if we need.
Correct.
Yeah, I think taking 1 unrest from now in order to get that going.
Stay the course then. Mill it is.
But question, we don't really need to open the third thing. If we put it in the block on the side that faces the river, that's fine. That's the open spot we have.
The river's to the north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. And
Unless we
any of the
clear
3
a
blocks
rubble?
on the north is fine.
What 3 blocks? There's
no,
only
it's
2 that are open.
Yeah.
It has to be in the square, not in the block. It has to be in a neighborhood that's adjacent.
Has to be in
the
a lot.
Yeah. So it does have to be adjacent to the waterway.
Yes.
Okay. My understanding was it doesn't have to be
water.
the top row. It can be the second from the top row because that block is still touching the water.
No, because the way it talks about is that some structures can only be constructed in lots adjacent to water borders.
And lots are the small.
Lots are the small one.
Section.
Okay. That's cool then. Yeah. And then I'm with you guys on that as far as the 1 unrest. Take it as a risk and we'll worry about the rubble later. And honestly, it's not that big of a.
I think just because we're in a tight spot with food, I think it's worth dealing with the unrest for now, and we can butts about with that later.
Because if you don't have food next turn, you're going to get a shit ton of unrest.
Yeah.
That or cripple yourselves by spending all your RPs.
Yep.
That's fine.
And just lose out on 2 lumber.
Well, yeah.
Once we train the armies, hopefully, if that goes well anyway, then we'll only need 2 food consumption anyway.
At worst.
Yeah.
All right. So who wants to build the mill?
I feel like it's been a while since Ishi made a roll.
All right, Ishi.
Crack the whip, Ishi.
Go ahead and
There's a whip. There's a
you're
whip.
plus 12-ish.
Roll that industry.
Nice.
Nice.
Behold the
Half
power
of-
of mill.
Crap, we got half of our lumber we can't store back. Can we have the stone back instead? Sorry.
Nope. And this is a port where it's rounded down. You can't spend 1 and then get one back.
Maybe you can't.
All right. Let me see here.
Slap that mill up in there.
Okay. Lost somebody. Oh,
The
Mystic.
The settlement will only take 1 instead of 2 food now. That's great.
So you spent 2 lumber, got 1 back. Spent 1 stone. And how many RPs?
6.
Thank you.
But he's only spent half.
No, you only get back the commodities.
I think it says commodities only.
Yep.
Apparently, if you do really well, paying people half their usual wage is still not a good idea.
Oh, I want to point something out. Putting it on a lot adjacent to water is what reduces the consumption. It's not absolutely necessary for it to be on the water in this
Right.
particular case.
Otherwise, it just gives you a bonus to harvest crops.
Yeah. And this only reduces settlement consumption, so we couldn't do like 3 and placate the armies with it.
Yeah. And if it turns out we don't really want it later down the road, if we're stabilized, we can always just get rid of it too.
Which one you wanted, the far left or the inner left?
Inner left.
I was posting the thing about residential lots and overcrowding in general. We're correct.
There's your mill.
So pretty.
It's even
Just start-
breathing.
And Krug is
Start
just stretching it. Nope, doesn't
Bruh.
fit here.
I was trying to turn it so the water looked to the north. Hold on.
Oh, I see. Like you're trying to rotate. But then the word mill will be side.
Give me the mill token. Dragon.
Just paint it blue where you want the water.
There we go.
That bothers me.
Well, you could, in the back of the player's guide, I think, are all the tokens.
Okay, please stand by.
You don't need to fix it right now, but if you want to send me a better one, that's fine.
You gotta Photoshop in little bodies and stuff.
I don't have Photoshop, so.
I'm just...
All right.
The end of civics, then, huh?
Yep, let me make sure my notes are good here. Build mill. All right. That's the end of that. So we're done with the nation stuff.
Army.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying I'm looking to see if we're done with the pop-ups.
Civic.
All right, so I think we could close the nation turn chart, but leave the main sheet open because we'll need the skill. And then army actions.
towards the end of
Page 61 in the player guide.
warfare.
You have 3 units.
We were wanting them all to become self-sufficient.
Train army.
Times 3.
Page 64.
All right, the first one we're going to work on is the free corps. Each unit gets 1 action. I know they have recruit army listed as an army action, but it's actually a leadership action, so you cannot recruit armies in the army stage. You wish to do the train army.
Yes.
Yes.
I hate you, Ishi.
What?
Nothing. You can do shit I can't. That's why I hate you. I'll grab that probably tomorrow and put it in.
Thank you.
Yep.
My ADD thanks you.
No, that's fine. If you want to do the work to make it so it fixes that, that's fine by me. Alrighty. So the free corps, I'll go ahead and open them up if you are at them. If not, I'll open them for you. Here you go.
Where did you find them? In the notes?
Under notes, under party, under kingdom information.
Cool.
There's a thing there called military units, and then you open it up and it has all 3 armies, all 3 platoons. That's all you have at the moment.
Cool. I like the toughened soldiers. That's the increased hit point when I was talking about. I linked it in general. But live off the land could replace hold the line, and then they won't use food. Hold the line just keeps them morale-wise there.
These aren't our troops though. These are temporary units. We shouldn't focus on this one first. We should do the permanent ones first.
Well, you get to
And
do
you can
all.
do all of them.
Yeah, you have 1 action per army. The one thing I don't understand.
The one thing.
I just don't want to use up resources if we didn't have to.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, I get.
It's free real estate.
These are free bodies we can throw away in our win.
Yeah, that's why free is in their name.
The free companies. They're not called the discount companies. They're called the free companies. Get them working that mill. So they live.
It talks about to train it, you have to make the training tactic DC. But what the hell is the DC? Is it the level of the DC?
Well, there's a standard DC chart on 69,
Yeah, I know.
but that
Basic
wouldn't
ar-
make sense.
It's basic army DC, so it would be the standard DC of that army, which is level 5, right? They're all level 5.
Yeah, so it's level, so it's DC
20.
20. Okay, and then the tactic level is just whatever level the unit has to be to in order to learn that tactic.
Right, like a feat or something.
Yeah, correct. Okay,
But if you go on the far right there, max tactics is how many total they can know.
Correct.
So you can replace them. We're just not going to be training them, a third.
correct.
And because we have no general or mage, our warfare is only +4 right now.
Your warfare is
so-
yeah.
Scholar is a better route to go because we'll get +7 instead of +4. Still not great. We need to hit a 13 or higher on it, but at least we have a shot. The 3 of them out there. If we hit at least 1 or maybe 2, it'll help.
I think if one of them is successful, then we can at least survive off our food that we
We could survive right now because of the mill, but
That's right, because it's only 4 instead of 5 now.
Well, and
Still,
we're
good
getting
thing
food.
that-
You
next
only have
turn
2
too,
though.
right?
You only have 2 food though.
yeah, but we have food coming in.
Oh,
You
that
do?
doesn't-
From what?
Yeah, from the first established trade thing that he did.
Ah,
He grabbed 2 food there, and then I grabbed 4 with the purchased commodities. So we have 6 coming in by.
oh, I thought
tomorrow.
you had 2 food. Okay, no, you're right. You have 4 food at the moment. Okay,
That was the crit that
yeah,
Mystic helped with.
yep. So who wants to retrain the free corps?
I'll give it a go.
It's a scholarship rule or a warfare rule. Most likely you want to do scholarship because it's +7.
Scholarship. Yeah. Oh,
That is a failure, sir.
that's the second dice we've missed by 1.
I cast Bless. 5-foot emanation, and I'm just going to concentrate on it to give them all +1. And a guidance rest.
All right. So nothing happens to them. All right, the first Invictus platoon.
I feel like Zakara hasn't rolled in a while.
Who would like to roll some scholarship for that, or statecraft? No, scholarship. Sakara, I think you've been voted out.
These guys don't have anything trained, so it'd just be establishing something. For
Yep, correct. These guys are new recruits.
Conscript's my favorite.
If we have enough RP, we can make one of our Invictus armies have like ranged weapons too.
Zakara? You're lighting up, but you're not talking.
Okay, sorry. Which one?
Scholarship. DC's 20. Or nat 20, there you go.
She rolled it, and we got fame again.
Fame. You're gonna live forever.
And then the army also becomes efficient.
Yep.
Oh my god, they're German.
Yes. We get the resources from the meth wood. Yeah. They're just running on caffeine and meth.
With such speed, it can be used to attempt a second army activity immediately, but doing so causes it to lose the efficient condition. The second army activity suffers a -5 on its check, and the result of the check cannot grant the efficient condition again. If it doesn't attempt a second activity, it instead loses the condition and reduces the value of one condition of its choice by 1. So basically, it gets to act again. Which actually brings up a point I saw here, Zargan. I think the armies have to be outside of an established settlement. Like, they can't be garrisoned at a location like a fort, and I think they have to be out in the wild to live off the land.
Correct.
I mean, we don't have a garrison, so
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here.
We don't really have a place for you, so go over there to that field and see what you can find.
Well, moving your army is an action, so if they're just sitting here at home, they can't live off the land.
No, if they are garrisoned in your town, they cannot live off the land. But no, I saw that.
Yeah, if it's not located... Yeah, during the kingdom turn's upkeep, the army is located in a hex that does not include a settlement, and if they are not garrisoned, it reduces its consumption. So they have to get out. Kick them out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, but we do have an extra action though this turn.
Yeah, they have an extra... This army has an extra action. We taught them how to freaking eat berries here and get out. Go deploy, go scout, go patrol, whatever people do out there.
So the efficient thing is just a 1 turn only thing.
Yep.
I was just looking it up.
Army haste.
So, would you like to deploy your first Invictus plus? You know what? You don't have to. They're not gonna be in the city. They arrive. They pretty much are right outside the town.
We don't have billets for you. We have tenement houses. Enjoy this field over here. It's probably cleaner and has less bugs.
Yeah. So, for the first platoon, would you like to do another action?
You said it's a +5 on the check, right? Bud?
-5.
-5.
Or -5. It may not be.
Can we outfit them? And how many RP do we have left?
You have like 20 or something. Dang it, it's on the.
So if you guys,
You have 15. I'm sorry, 15.
if we're not going to be using that much anything else, and it's not going to roll over, we're just going to get it as XP. We could do additional weapon for them for 10 RP, and that way they can have a ranged weapon as well too.
It's still a check, though.
Probably, yeah.
No, it definitely is. Yeah.
It's our outfit. Yeah.
It is a trade check, though.
You can add for 10 RP. You could add another like a ranged weapon. For 15, you could add healing potions.
We don't have enough magic for that, I don't think. Do we have to have magic for that one or not?
It's a level 1.
I thought for the magic weapons and armor you had to have a certain level, like expert magic or something.
I'm fine with additional weapon. Ability to shoot at range is probably a good one to have, as well as fighting in melee.
You need an expert in magic specifically for magic weapons, but I don't know about. It doesn't say anything about potions. Oh, sorry, it says magic gear, not magic weapons. Yeah, since we'd be buying the new stuff, it's trade and uses RP. If it's stuff that we gain from battle, it's just a warfare check. Which, I mean, isn't great, so it's a good thing we're buying.
I'd rather buy it with our trade.
Yeah,
A lot better
yeah.
chance of-
So let's buy some ranged weapons.
Okay. Or you can or try.
Now, Because that's a trade roll, is that off of economy? We get +1 because of collecting taxes.
Yep. But then a -5 for the second check for the army.
I'm still at a +10.
Yep.
Still better than
Well,
the scholarship roll to train them.
So who would like to roll that?
I feel like Kruger hasn't rolled in a while.
Yeah,
All right,
just
so you
I'm
spend 10
compiling a
RPs.
list of all the rolls, and I'm assigning this shit to everyone, so we don't have to ask this every time. It's fucking killing me right now.
Huzzah!
Yeah. This army now has bows and swords. A novel concept.
All right, it is outfitted with ranged weapons for 10 RPs. Now I believe they come with 5 shots in a battle,
Shot.
and if you can use activities to buy extra ammo in that if you wish to, and stock them up higher.
There's a train thing for that to increase ammunition.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so that is Invictus Platoon 1.
Ishi. There's an explosive and flaming shot too for the range weapon.
Oh, I know.
Oh, you knew all about this.
Invictus Platoon 2. What, you want to train them, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Live off that land, boy.
That'll be statecraft or scholarship DC 20. What is it? Ishi's turn to roll, or is it Glizzik's?
I don't think our
Yes,
Goblin Boy's done a roll so far.
Come on, crew. You said you were tracking it, so.
I'm not tracking it. We're gonna have to sign check. I
Oh.
don't think people are remembering properly.
All right.
Ishi, was that a you want me to roll?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Scholarship.
Yep.
Still clicking. Nothing's happening. Sorry, it's like 4 of them.
You have to click on the +7. Wah, wah, wah. That is a failure. You do have an infamy point if you want to spend it.
I mean, we've kind of solved the food thing for now.
I think
Alright.
we're okay. Yeah, we can try it again next turn.
So now we're only going to have to spend 3 food instead of 4.
Yep. And you'll have 6 food. All right. That is the end of the actions. The last part is the event phase, where I roll flat checks and see what bad happens. Although there are good events too.
How do we see what bad happens?
I will do that offline though.
I swear it better not be a fucking comment, Zargan.
I can't make a comment. Why? That's pretty rude.
You know what I mean?
So you guys had 5 extra resource points. That's going to turn into 5 extra experience.
Woo!
So we'll
We're
leave
level
that there.
5.00001.
Now I'll probably, you know what? Who wants to make a very important roll for me?
I'll do it.
What kind of dice are we using?
Percentage.
Yes, that's a good. Makes pretty good.
You guys decide who will roll this next roll.
Raz, if you're gonna do it, have Nathir do it for you. That way you can always kill the snake and he'll come back in
A week of my precious downtime. Alright, want me to roll? I'll roll it.
Release the snack.
They win, Zargan.
When?
What the? That's not a percentage.
That's not a
die.
percentage,
Nice.
dumbass.
He rolled a 98. I
Rolled
see.
a 98.
Whatever the 98 is, that's what we're getting.
That's a percentage die.
I don't know what you're talking about. I got a 98.
I don't see how their difference are.
I hate that he's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but if he rolled like a 19, he would say that's a 91.
No, it's a 19
no.
because the first dice is a 1 and the
The
second
first
one
dice, exactly, and it records it which order they came in. Yeah. If it was an 8 first, then a 9 would be an 89.
All right.
We could split the
I've played
difference
Marvel
and do
Superhero.
97.
No.
Alright, we'll drop these ones then. They're not real rolls. Good. Didn't register anyway.
Oh, yeah, so you didn't put him in the thing.
Yeah, that doesn't stop it half the time.
All right, so Kingdom turn is done. A week of time passes. Unless you guys do not wish to spend your week doing your Kingdom duties.
I think we have to, man.
I think we got enough penalties without also stacking more on there.
Yeah, because technically, if we didn't do them, then we'd have to go back and see if most of those rules fail. All right, so you spend a week getting your kingdom in order, sending out some commands, cursing Jacob, blaming everything on him that your rolls failed. You did manage to start a mill being built. It'll be finished this month. You also managed to claim 1 hex of Riverland. You retrained some of your military into some other, you retrained one of them and bought them some weapons. And that's about really, you did some trading and so forth. All right. Yep, okay. Make sure I have all that saved. So, Jacob is on the boat on the way back.
Can I catch up to him with flying Sinke?
You would be sinking one of the Duke's ships with Duke's men on it as well. And you have to have force cage again, just like you sunk the other ship.
Damn.
He decided to go to a briny grave instead of report back to the Duke. It's not our problem.
There was a random
Wall of force.
gas explosion on the ship. I don't know how that happened, man.
But Belluar was there and he cast force cage on the ship and, well, broke it.
I was told to sink the ship. Don't do anything half-ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you took the whole boat's ass.
So, the kingdom is now at war with the Coven of Storms, whoever they are. And it's a week later, so what would you guys like to do?
Make them pledge fealty.
I'll get the meth.
Go to the Sea Mother's Grotto.
I believe the plan was Port Kier
Yes.
for Kane.
Yep. Port Kier's the closest thing. It's like a day off the coast of that. We can gather some information for actually heading out.
So you're leaving your kingdom while it's at war.
Ferris is here. You're gonna take her back with us, or is she staying? We get what, 1 NPC now?
You just say like we're at war. Like I don't understand what that means.
That seems kind of sudden.
Well,
Seems sudden.
Jacob,
that goblin declared war on your kingdom.
And we've seen
Not
nothing
our
of it
kingdom.
besides
Well, correct,
killing
no?
2 people and injuring a 3rd.
Fable. They're fighting with Lark Point, not us. We are a
That's-
wholly different IP.
In fairness, they said some stuff about not, you'll pay for crossing us, and then basically left on a freaking spell.
And he said that we are now at war.
I don't remember those words.
Okay, and I said we tried to interrogate Jacob, and you haven't given us any information on that. Like, from like a story mechanic perspective, we're disadvantaged because I don't understand how it's like what's going on either way.
Feels like we skipped a chapter.
That is the kind of the intro.
Raz, do you think there might be people around the city that know what was going on with the last guy and this group that declared war? Maybe if they know anything, even if it's just peasant knowledge, they don't like them or something. They live in the river next to us, and then we just claimed their heck.
I figured it'd probably be under the gathering information bit, but haven't really had. I guess we can do that now, but
Just before we leave the city to go after the troll girl.
Okay, if Kruger really wants to go save Kane, say yes now.
Yeah.
He doesn't. See, guys, he doesn't want to do it.
I heard him. Yes.
That wasn't him.
This is a cast humanoid form and turns into an orc. Yes.
I mean, I made a point to mention earlier before Jacob was sent away that we would want everything he's basically got on this place, its state, how things have been going, how his history, what's up with the goblins, any local legends or concerns, issues, literally everything we would want to hope to know if we're going to inherit a job title land, even if he's pissy about it, before he left. I think I pointed that out like 3 times last week.
Yeah, I don't think it was 3 times.
If not
He
more.
may not have been there, but he pointed it out.
Oh, maybe. Well, that's kind of what I want to do with this last hour or so we have, is kind of do some discussing with Jacob and figure out what kind of homework I'm gonna have to get you guys, like the things for the rubble and so forth. I don't know what those were, but I can find out. I just haven't done any work on that.
Or less about what they were and more why they ended up as a pile of rubble.
Well, yeah.
Was it a sea hag attack? Was it just a failed construction because Jimmy over there forgot to nail in the freaking support beam the right way?
Jimmy would not do that. John, on the other hand, you can't trust that fucker with a hammer.
Is it the drunk Russians building a building?
But that's kind of what I wanted to discuss in this last hour. What all information you guys want to know, or so forth, or I figured you'd want to interrogate him actually like in live time, and not just tell me your questions and have me make stuff up down the road.
I figured that's what it would have been like last week when we mentioned wanting to talk to him. Mostly because for the sake of time, because we were near the end of the session.
Right.
As much as we are tonight.
So this is time to actually use that candle. For no lying.
Yeah, but Galgrim's not even here. You see Fable popping pills there?
The good shit.
No, he's in Texas. They don't got nothing good in Texas.
It mix pills and alcohol there, Fable.
Huh?
Be mixing your drugs and alcohol.
I'll do whatever I want. This is Texas.
This is Texas.
So before you guys decide upon your next course of action, I'm making a list of what information you want and or whether you want to interrogate Jacob like now.
All the stuff I told you just now and last week.
Candle of Truth is still in the party sheet, so
I know.
Let's use.
I think that'd be more fun as as a 20 questions thing for the party.
Some of the people in the party can't count to 20, so I think this is better.
Exactly. So you get more questions then.
I feel like we've definitely hit 20. We hit 20 yet, Glizzic? Oh yeah.
We're on 3, dude.
Yeah, we're only getting started.
The answers aren't juicy enough. They don't.
So, what do we... I mean, I wrote down you went local legends, basically town information.
Yeah, what was the state of this place before we showed up? Some issues that they've been having that we're likely to face. Anything in the area that might be good to know. Is there like a freaking mountain lion up in the hills somewhere 5 miles out of town sort of thing?
Carwin.
What's the deal with the goblin camps? This wasn't the first time they were here. So obviously he's had dealings with them in the past, and other than just, if he tries to give us the answer of just some annoying goblins that keep having to kick out, I'm not going to buy it. There's obviously something more here. You don't run around freaking slinging spells and attacking people when you just get, way
Well,
free time.
it obviously wasn't a goblin, but...
Right. But up until that point, as far as they knew, it was a goblin. As far as we know that they knew.
Correct.
So I want the whole history on that bad boy.
You're sure demanding.
Oh yeah, he's getting freaking
You asked
fired.
what he wanted.
I already told you this stuff last week too.
I didn't write it down. I don't think you did. Telling me stuff after I've closed my notes doesn't matter.
Anything else anyone could think of that they would want to pry out of Jacob before he's carted off?
Why is this place such a shithole?
Well, that's kind of under the state of the place.
Including what happened to the rubble.
Correct.
That's why it's a shit.
I feel like Brad's covered most of it. Hugo will tell Raz to write a sealed letter back to the Duke, explaining how uncooperative this man was before you left. And give it to whatever guards are.
Even if he answers all these questions, you're still going to send that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fuck him.
He's tied up right now, right?
Did you tie him up, or you just? I know he was down.
Yeah, knocked him out, and then I told someone to tie him up.
Ah,
I tied him up.
wow,
I'll
that's
sign it with Raz.
that's assaulting royalty. That's like a heavy crime.
I believe the words used were hogtied, if I remember correctly.
Whoa!
Shit out of him.
Do not call Zakar a hog. Wow, that's rude.
No, the way Jacob was tied up was like,
Oh.
we made the joke that it was a rodeo, and then she finished real quick.
And put an apple in his mouth.
No, you
7.3 seconds. All right. Anything else?
Would it help with him talking if I did some charming ahead of time?
It might.
Or him being more responsive? Can I try that even with the penalty? He only had 10 hit points or whatever, so he can't have that great.
Well, he had more than 10 hit points.
I can do Goblin Song first to give him a -1, and then hit him with my chop.
Wake him up with Goblin Song.
He's in jail, and I'm just singing it for hours on end. This is the Goblin Song that never ends.
Well,
Please make it.
what was that, Valis?
I can just start taking fingernails off.
Yours are hit.
Wow. I think he means his, as in
Just
Valis's.
right in front of him, pulling his own fingernails off.
Exactly.
Multiple
Alright.
ways of breaking people.
I mean, we could keep healing him and damaging him and healing him and damaging him.
Galgrim, you're alive.
Yes.
You survived.
What happened?
Lots of things happen. How long you been gone?
About 35 minutes.
Yeah, 20
Since
minutes.
you've been gone.
I got some bad news about Barony.
Remember the Jacob guy?
He ate him.
Yes.
Barony ate him, and he's obstructing her colon right now. She's having a problem. We may have to cut the mass free.
Yeah, we have restoration magic.
Take this extreme laxative, girl. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Alright, Glizzik, roll me a performance.
$38.
Jesus.
Well, and Maeve is assisting me. Scolding.
What's your spell DC?
29, I do believe. Yeah, looks like 29.
Alright.
Charmer's will.
Wait, he gets a +4 on that, right? Yep.
He does.
If you guys threatened him or used hostile actions against him. That was both.
Which I fully expected, yeah. So he gets -1 for Goblin Song, and then +4 for the we're hostile to him recently.
What do you mean, you guys? I was the only one who did it.
So we're gonna do bad orc, good goblin. Is that our strategy? I want to help you. Would you like a drink?
Alright, well, he fails his save against the charm.
Failed or critical fail?
Failed.
Okay, makes a difference.
It does. He would have critically failed, but he had the +4.
What a cheater.
Yeah, I know.
At that point, we'll hit with the double whammy. Can I list the spell for Glimmer Charm? Glimmer Charm is different. It only lasts for a minute, but it should help. It shifts in one attitude better to me. It's a 20-foot emanation centered on myself, and it's another will save. But there's no penalty for being hostile to him, as far as I can do. And he's temporarily immune to that.
So you're going to charm him when he's already charmed?
Well, I was thinking that charming him further would just make him happier with me.
Double charm all the way across
Oh.
the sky.
All the charm. Yeah,
I'm
he fails
I'm
with
assuming
it.
everyone's here for this questioning.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I need everyone to roll me a will save.
You all love me, don't you? It's just something about Glizzik that just you never noticed before. His hair slowly drifting in the wind.
I make it a point to always stay at least 25 feet away from the goblin.
Nope.
You hear sax music playing.
I'm not sure there's any room in this house that's 20 foot. That's bigger than 20 foot.
Little careless whisper. I worked on some of you. Keep in mind the -1 for Goblin Song.
I critically succeed.
All right. Valis succeeded. Zakara succeeded.
I want to use my new trick then.
Hold on. Raz failed.
That may
Galgrim
not matter.
succeeded. Kruger succeeded. Why are we missing? Oh, that's like Glizzy doesn't roll his own.
I critically succeeded.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I do, because of my path to perfection. Any
No.
success is a critical success.
No.
I want to try the thing I got.
What thing's that?
Skeptic's Defense.
Don't you have to do that before you roll?
Once per day that when you are targeted by an area of a mental spell or effect. That's all the trigger says.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have
That
to
was
do
just
that.
I only just remembered because I just got it and we haven't even played since then.
We've played several times since then.
We haven't even played any in our characters since then.
So everyone who got a success, your attitude moves one step better as far as Glizzic. And anyone who failed is 2 steps better, and critical failure is extremely helpful.
Alright.
Like the butler with the bacon.
Go ahead and roll your intimidation there.
Kruger still has Glizzic under barely tolerable.
Take it.
Well, you don't really have a choice, but well, I suppose you don't have to use it. Alright, you ignore the triggering effect.
That's it though, that's just me. Everybody else is on their own. Just brush it off as Glizzic being Glizzic again.
Hey, that's what Kruger does.
Alright, so Glizzic casts a spell. Kruger's immune. Valis and Zakara are think Glizzic is pretty nice. I mean, you guys are already friendly to him, so I'm not sure how much more that would go. Galgrim is friendly. Everyone succeeded or critically succeeded, except for Raz, and Raz rebukes you.
Cock crows 3 times.
Just smacks him.
I don't believe in any mental twaddle.
The cock crows once. I deny him. The cock crows twice. I deny him.
You scoff and verbally refute any triggering effect, probably just brushing it off as Glizzic being silly goblin antics again. If it uses intimidation, I imagine it's probably something like, looking across the crowd, there's always that one person you don't want to meet eye contact with, throws you off your vibe a little.
Yeah.
You do you.
Well, you don't roll your pure roll your pure intimidation.
Yeah. The counteract check using your intimidation modifier with a counteract level of half your level rounded up.
Yeah, and your modifier is only 17, not 21. It's kind of like assurance. So you got a 30.
We're learning about counteract stuff today.
Yeah. Alright, let me look this up. Although really only effect you're going to do is make Glizzic stupefied for a round. Here we go.
Wait, if I succeed, he becomes stupefied?
Yes.
Oh, fuck yeah, spending a hero point if it's not enough.
You already spent a hero point on your save, so...
Oh, yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, that's fair.
Is it against my will save or what?
Well, it's a counteract, so I think your spell rank comes into effect. I don't know, I haven't quite looked into
Nope, if it's a spell, use the caster's DC.
Which is 29.
Right, so he succeeded because he has a 30.
Only barely.
So
it doesn't matter. It's a level 5 spell or anything.
no, because this is based. It says right on thing for spells. The counteract check modifier is your spell casting. If it's a spell, use the caster's DC. So what you're counteracting against. So the level spell does not matter.
Oh yeah, there it is at the end. If you can understand my language, then the creature becomes stupefied.
If you succeed, you ignore the triggering effect, even though any other creatures that were targeted in the area are still affected. So it doesn't affect you, but it still affects everyone else. If the source of the effect you successfully counteracted understands your language, and he does, and has an intelligence modifier of -3 or higher, which he does, that creature becomes stupefied for 1 round. You're stupid.
For 1 round.
Yeah, I know.
Just
Only
means
matters
if I cast anything that round, I need to do a flat check.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to work through that, see what it did.
Yep. Tough crowd, the gnome.
And him, Jacob. Does he get
I got a
anything
new best friend.
on this?
-1 to his will save for goblins.
Yeah, I was hoping for something going the other way.
You know, has a degenerate goblin fetish.
Make me a note to look something up later. No, he failed.
Can you imagine if you made it?
Oh, that'd be impressive. Have to roll. I'd have to roll a nat 20, I think, to make it.
We have to take Gulsick out behind the shed.
Nope, a nat 20.
What?
Nope. I could have made it without a nat 20, but it'd been hard. All right, so he is definitely friendly.
Play your cards right. It may still be hard.
So what else would you like to do while he's charmed? And no, not that, Glissick.
Zip.
I seduced the Baron. No, I was trying to get him more pliable for other questions. Is the whole reason I'm doing it. So that we would
Don't
get
you
truer
feel stupid?
information. Just for 6 seconds.
So was there any more questions?
I have not thought of any more.
Like
aside
his
from the
social security
original value.
number, his credit card number, bank account code. Oh wait, wrong game, sorry.
Where he put all the money that he extorted from the town.
Yep, exactly. All right.
Location of the Coven of Storms would be nice.
He doesn't know that.
Then why did he go to war with them? He doesn't even know where they are.
He didn't.
What didn't I do?
Well, we certainly didn't. That's all.
I can't annex something if I don't know where it is. All I can do is
Exactly.
maximize it.
We shall make them a column.
All right. Anything else? Breaking down all these notes so I can get you guys some information. Now, this information will come probably in the next few days. I'll post it up in chat. Because if I remember correctly, we will not be playing for a while. We got Galgrim going to Japan for a couple weeks.
Oh, lucky.
He's going for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I leave in like less than 12 hours.
And then Kruga cannot make the next 2 Fridays either.
You're all fired.
So we will not be playing The 29th.
We won't be playing the 29th?
No,
or-
next session is the 29th.
Oh, okay.
What you know what day you come back there, Galgrim?
Yes, the 26th,
Okay.
25th, something like that. It's a Monday.
Okay, so you're only gone for like 10 days or so.
Like 16.
Whatever.
It's like 2 weeks.
Remember, domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Yeah, I fly
We should
back in. I get back home at 6 p.m. on the 25th.
Popeye and Mungo are keywords you need to know.